And a packed house here at Waldrop Stadium. Kurt Bloom, the professor, and the coach. We bring you Homewood football all season long on NFHS, the network, the Homewood Athletics YouTube page, and the Homewood app. So the rivalry game is upon us. It's been dominated, Glenn, in the last 10 years by Mountain Brook. And
yes, unfortunately, they have won the last 9 out of the last 10. Including 5 in a row. Last time we beat them, 2009.
Yeah, and that's the key, physicality. They've really been the more physical team during this era where they've had the advantage. Tonight, we're going to change that. I really believe we are the more physical team up front, and we'll go out there with our offensive line and do what we've been doing so far this season.
Mountain Brook
better knock on some wood, Chet.
Mountain Brook has sustained a lot of injuries, especially in the backfield. So they go back to their starter, Stuart Andrews, who missed a few games with a high ankle sprain. If you just look at numbers from this year, and Homewood certainly has the advantage, scoring in the 40s, allowing just over 4 points per game.
They'll look to do Andrews a lot tonight. He had 30 carries for 211 yards against us at Mountain Brook last year. It was a rainy game early. They look to pound at us, and they're going to do the same tonight. He's about 80% tonight. He's had a high ankle sprain, so we'll see early how far they want him to go in a 9-area game.
Chet, you talked about it off air. Let's get on air with this conversation. That first and second down are going to be big for Mountain Brook.
Yeah, they want 3 yards. 2nd and 7's a win for them. So then it's third down and 4. They want 3rd and 4 or less to try to grind it out. They're going to run the ball 40 to 50 times. If they're going to be successful, that's what they've got to do tonight.
Their quarterback is Caden Hoffbauer. He threw only 8 times last week, 100 yards, but still a big victory. They beat Oxford, Professor, 42-14.
Yeah, very impressive victory against Oxford. They were outsized on almost every position, and yet they were so fast and speedy, and had a safety in playing running back for him who is injured tonight, thank goodness, that racked up somewhere around, 200-something yards last week?
Yeah, Lawson McKnight had 36 carries for 312 yards.
300, yeah. I mean, he was just amazing.
The rivalry game is underway, and it will open up with the Patriots. 1st and 10. Led by quarterback Caleb Carson, who's having an outstanding season. 981 yards, 68% completions, 12 TDs, guys, and just 1 INT.
Now, I can tell you, Coach was really hoping that we would be able to get the ball first tonight because he's really hopes we can go down here and get ahead, get a lead in this game quick. So, Coach, you got what you wanted. Now, let's do it.
Davis Griffin opens up as the tailback. Homewood uses 3 outstanding running backs. Caleb Carson, far side caught, near, and now a first down. 1 for 1 is Carson.
And to last week's superstar, David Walden.
That's right. In motion, was able to get him in the flat right away, gets upfield, 2nd down and 1.
The one position grouping where we've got a clear advantage tonight is our receivers. So look for the receivers to get the ball a lot tonight.
2 receivers near side. Homewood did come up short. You mentioned 2nd and 1, and that should be enough for Caleb Carson.
All right, that's something you haven't seen as much out of Homewood this season. Quarterback run early in the game. So, we're out here to win this game and to try to show and feature Caleb tonight. So we may be getting, 8 to 10 carries out of him tonight.
Yeah, we've been saying all season that as the season went on and the competition went up, we would see him run the ball more. Well, there you go, 2nd play of the game.
First U.S. Bank, first down for the Patriots.
You'll see a lot of movement up front by their defense here.
They'll bring 4. Carson will go long
that.
In the air, and it is caught.
Yes!
At the 10, the 5, and touchdown Patriots.
Woo!
Sorry to yell in your ears.
It is Taman Felton with his 6th touchdown of the year.
What a throw by Caleb Carson. Caleb put enough air under it and let the sprinter go get it. That was incredible right there. Great throw.
Well, Coach, you got your wish. He said he wanted the ball first. Use our receivers to go down there, and boy, did we just do that.
Woo! And it goes back to the matchup. You said that's our advantage as our receivers over their defensive backs.
That's right.
Haynes for the extra point. It is good. Homewood wasting no time in this rivalry game. Patriots 7, Spartans nothing. We'll take our first timeout. You're watching Homewood football on the NFHS Network. Unofficially, we'll go 68 yards on the touchdown. 7-0 lead for the Patriots. And here come the Spartans for the first time.
All right, the big key for the Homewood defense is stop the run. We have to stop the run tonight. Stop it early, get it into second and long, and force the quarterback to throw the football.
We'll see how healthy Stuart Andrews is. He was the starter. He had a high ankle sprain. He did not play last week. And Andrews gets the first touch. Let's give him 3.
They have a very good offensive line for their size. You know, most of them are around the 6'2", 230-pound. You got a couple of guys a little bit lighter than that. But you'll see they are a pure zone reach. You watch if you're watching them, see how they're reaching around to either left or right to get to their guys.
Henry Jimenez, the right tackle, big fella. 3 wide receivers near side. There's a wide receiver screen. It's covered up by Homewood. Sam Smith on the reception, but 3 Patriots on the tackle. Coming out of that pile, you can always find number 0, George French.
Sam Smith is the one they want to get it to. He has 19 receptions for 300 yards plus. He is their big play guy. So great job rallying out there on just a little bubble screen.
3rd down and 8. Opening moments. Patriots have already scored on a long touchdown.
They don't do this very much.
Hoffbauer, the quarterback. Hoffbauer rolls out. Still looking. Throws. Caught. And that is enough for a first down. So a 3rd and 8 and a conversion by Mountain Brook. Sam Smith.
Well, we got them exactly where we wanted to. We want to get them behind the sticks, and we did. Forced them to throw, but then they picked it up.
Yeah, good job him flushing out of the pocket and making a throw. And that's his go-to guy, number 22, Smith.
Smith was shut out last week. No catches for the guy who's got 5 touchdowns on the year. Quarterback keeper. Andrews with a first down and more.
They'll look to run him 8 to 10 times tonight. You know, they don't like to get him hit because they are thin with their depth, but he is a very good runner with his legs. Good pull there on a zone read.
13 on the carry. 1st and 10. Ball on the 43 of Mountain Brook.
Now, when they go 3 to that side of the field over there, they're usually coming back this way. And, yep, that's what they do.
That is Andrews. And, boy, he got a good head of steam heading his way. Quick on his feet. And Stuart Andrews runs well and gets Mountain Brook what appears to be another first down. It is.
Yeah, right now they're playing by their script. Like I said, usually when they get 3 on one side of the field, whether it's the short side or the long side, it's almost a guarantee they're going to run the other way.
About time for them to do a shift to try to draw us off sides here.
Yep. Now here we go. We got 3 on our side, so they maybe go to the other side of the field. Let's see.
Andrews, the running back.
Nope,
Fake to Andrews. Keeper in trouble.
There we go.
And then thrown out of bounds. Hoffbauer. Homewood read that one.
Yeah, it was they showed the zone to the right, and then quarterback pulled it to Glenn's point. That's what they'll do. They'll try to make you think they're going to go one way, and they'll do the other and run to the wide side of the field where all they have to do is seal. The way they seal those blocks, it makes it tough on the weak side defenders.
Spartans lost some yards.
You're going to see a lot of pressure on these outside linebackers tonight.
It's Trey Vincent now in the backfield. Wide receiver because of all the injuries, and this is Vincent on the carry, looking for the edge. 45, cuts back inside to the 40, and is taken down. He'll be short of a first down.
All right, the defensive front, you saw nobody went down. We were all standing up. We had 4 down linemen, which we usually don't have, but we had a linebacker walked up. We slanted right, and they ran away from our slant, so we were fortunate there. It wasn't bigger a run than that.
Yeah, I don't like the way this is trending right now. They're doing what they want.
3rd down and 2.
Staying ahead of the sticks. That's their game.
Hand off Andrews.
And that's what they want, 3rd down and 2s. They got the 3rd down and 8 converted earlier, and that kept the drive going, and then they've been in 3rd and short here out.
William Tabb, the left guard, with a nice block.
Not being tested, sometimes it's hard. You already see defensive ends have their hands on their hips. We have not rotated as much yet. Rodriguez Lambert's been in there the whole time.
I did not mention Major Moore is not starting. This is going to the air. It's going to be too long, intended for the tight end. Coming out is Wallace Hunter. Guys, have you heard anything about Major Moore? All I was told earlier, or middle of the week, was that he was not starting.
Well, let's just say an illness, a sickness.
Yeah,
Griffin is out too, and again, let's just say a sickness, an illness.
All right, here comes the Michigan formation here, where they're going to break out and try to run something quick.
This is the stuff I hate that they do. I can't stand this stuff. This tower formation where they line up like that and then they come out of it real quick.
Well, the only guys that I'm looking for is 11 and 10. Hoffbauer, the quarterback. Andrews, the running back.
Throw their 22, or they pull it. There's RPO.
It's an RPO.
Get him down.
And he is gotten down.
Oh, what's the flag?
After a gain of about 2 or 3.
I did not see what the flag was for.
Face mask, maybe? That's way on the other side of the field from us, folks. It's hard for us to see.
Yeah. The RPO, he pulled out. 22 was who he's going to throw it to. We didn't rally up, so he decided to take the 5-yard gain and make it 3rd and 5.
It's on them.
Penalty on the Spartans on a hold, no less.
All right, so one of those 3 receivers up top must have got a hold of one of our safeties.
And that pushes Mountain Brook back. But this is what you want if you are Homewood and Freddie Lawrence, and that is 2nd and long, 3rd and long.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Now, this gets them behind the sticks. This is not where they're comfortable.
Hoffbauer fakes the handoff to Andrews. Under pressure, steps up, but Homewood's there, and he does get past the original line of scrimmage. Falling forward was Hoffbauer.
Still going to be 3rd and long. So again, this is right where we want them.
Coach,
they were looking
had to be good coverage in the secondary.
And that's the thing. Our coverage has been great so far. They ran their one trick, the tight end, when they do the fake earlier. We covered the tight end, and then our safeties did a great job staying at home and picking up the tight ends down the middle of the field.
Interesting to see this play call because they're at the 35. It might be too long for a field goal. This could be 2 down territory for
quarterback draw.
Watch for 2, too.
Pressure coming. Gets it away and caught for a first down. Mountain Brook hitting the tight end. Bennett Jordan.
There, they looked like they were going to run the quarterback and just try to get the yardage like you were talking about, and then he pulled up and then looked at his tight end. And those are the things we cannot bust coverages in those situations because that's who they're looking to throw to is the tight ends or 22 across the middle.
That's the 2nd long conversion by Mountain Brook here in this opening quarter with 6:15 remaining.
The good news is they are driving now in the face of our band, which is down there in that end zone making a lot of noise. That's the good news.
First and goal from the 9. Andrews straight ahead, and he just prances into the end zone for an easy touchdown. Stuart Andrews, his 5th touchdown of the year.
They just manned up right there, and there was a hole I think you could have run through right there, CB.
Yeah. At 62, I know I could have gone untouched.
But you look, it's 5:59 left. Defense started getting a little tired there, and then they just grabbed a hold of them and took them where they wanted.
William Russ will attempt the PAT. And the PAT drilled right through. So here we are in the first quarter, and we've got a ball game. It's 7-7. Homewood and Mountain Brook. You're watching us tonight along the Homewood Athletics YouTube page. Just under 6 minutes remaining in the opening quarter. Tied at 7. Mountain Brook will kick off.
Glenn, we got a ball game tonight, and we knew this coming in. We're going to have to be a full quarter team tonight.
Yeah, we hit them in the mouth, and they punched back.
Touchback. We'll keep it here.
And that's something that no team has done yet. Punched back.
Good opportunity here for our offense. We need to sustain a drive here, keep our defense off the field a few minutes while they can kind of figure out a couple of things. And the defense did a good job in the secondary, except for the one time where they kind of sloughed and hit the tight end down the middle.
Each team really did what they wanted.
Yes.
Homewood living all year on the long bomb, and then Mountain Brook living on the ground with Andrews. Carson spreads everybody out, calls his own number, goes straight up the gut. About a 6, maybe 7-yard run for Caleb Carson.
Numbers game right there. Griffin goes in motion into the flat, and then he has the option to throw it to him or a draw right there, and it was QB draw right up the middle. 2nd down and 1.
Yeah, and I'm usually timid about letting Carson run the ball, but tonight's the night. We got to turn him loose, let Carson be Carson.
Little fake pitch to Griffin, and a first down for Caleb Carson. Great room created on the right side. Barden King.
CB's getting to see our Caleb Carson. When we were talking about 1,000 yards rushing, we haven't had to push him for that, but he's capable of doing this.
Yes.
Just want to remind everybody real quickly, if you're watching us on the your bottom of the screen, it's actually 7-7, 7-6, but we are tied. And this one is only going to gain about a yard, maybe 2.
They beat us at the point of attack there. Miller Lee has 43 tackles this season, 4 tackles for loss.
He's their leading tackler, isn't he?
I believe
so, yeah.
Eight tackles last week.
Yeah, yes.
Man in motion for the Patriots. Carson looks to throw, and then he'll run. He'll tuck it. He's got a first down and more. So we are seeing the wheels now of Caleb Carson. You guys have been telling me about it all year.
I was about to say, like Coach said, you're getting to see the true Caleb now.
Well, and this was the one advantage some of the teams that have had some success against Mountain Brook. The quarterback that could take off, Pell City a few times, Hueytown, theirs could take off. And you've got to be able to, when everybody's covered, take off and run. And Caleb, he took a hit right there, and the linebacker really hit him hard.
Patriots on the move in Spartan territory. Fake handoff and then hit near side. That'll be completed to David Walden.
Simple play right there, and it's nice. That's twice we were able to get him into the flat and get a short gain, 5-6 yards. Nice first down play.
Love the media attention that Walden got this week. That interview that he did was great.
With Danette.
Yeah.
Logan, and as I follow up on that, Young man loves to play the guitar, usually a spiritual or gospel type sound. Here is Davis Griffin. He's got a first down and more.
There goes the workhorse.
Yeah, that's just pure speed right there, because I thought he was about to take a 5-yard loss, and, man, he had some jets right there and got around the corner. Here comes the lunatic in.
The lunatic,
Chappie.
the madman.
Madman.
The lunatic.
I talked to him this week, and sometimes he is a little loony.
Yeah.
Well, the difference is that Homewood has 3 running backs, and Mountain Brook down to 1. Now, that one guy is fantastic. Caleb Carson calls his own number. Off the left side again. Edwin McBride is your left guard. Henry Studinka in the middle.
Sending you a message there. We had everybody to the short side of the field, fake the toss, and then Caleb was right there.
Gain of 3. Now the handoff to Chappie. Chappie, short of a first down. Jackson Chapelo, right at the 25.
It's 4-down territory here.
You got a lot of plays at your disposal right here. You can throw back out into the flat, or you fake it and go back up top, and then you still got the 4th down and 5 play.
2:20 remaining, and as we expected, this would be a very fast first quarter.
We got 2 backs in there. Who's Chappie and who else?
The joystick, and it's a keeper for Carson as Goldstein joined Chapelo in the backfield. I don't think we've seen that this year.
Yeah, that's the first time we've seen 20 personnel with 2 backs.
And it comes up just short of a first down. Guys, do you go for it?
Oh, yeah.
Some different personnel coming on the field. So Tamon Felt will come out, replaced by Davis Griffin.
So we have 3 tight ends in. So it's 3 tight end set.
Watts, DeCudris, and Pettis.
Look at this. Look at this. They're not the only one that can shift, Chet. It basically just went into a
direct
wildcat.
Snap to the joystick. Goldstein, first down, Patriots.
And that's the key this year. I felt like we were physical. Our offensive line coach, Jackson Hall, talked about it this afternoon with me. We were sitting there. He says, we are tough up front, and we're going to impose our will on this defensive front. They can do all the shifting they want, but we're going to come hit them in the mouth.
Yeah, I mean, that was a formation we haven't seen, and then they wind up just shifting basically into a wildcat, which we have seen. So Mountain Brook's not the only one that can use some smoke and mirrors.
Carson back on the field. Fumble, but, Carson was on it originally, but now the Spartans are pointing.
Looks like we're okay.
I think so, too.
Collective sigh by the Patriot fans and the broadcast team. He was zone read there, and he tried to pull it out, and he was going to run, and it hit the running back's
Goldstein.
waist. Yeah, Goldstein.
The joystick. It's coming out.
All right, so Griffin's in. Might look to get a pass out in the flat to him.
Little bubble screen, Coach?
Yeah, something with him.
Or we're going to get a timeout first. With 26 seconds remaining in a fast first quarter, you're looking at your scoreboard just like us. Homewood 7, Mountain Brook 7. We'll take a timeout. You're watching Homewood football on the Homewood app.
The broadcast team is outfitted by 18 South, the premium lifestyle boutique for men and women located right there in West Homewood. No matter the occasion, we've got a look for you. Dress like a champion by shopping at 18 South today. 18 South, a proud sponsor of Homewood Athletics.
Thank you, Professor. Along with the professor and the coach, Kurt Bloom, CB saying howdy as the first quarter is going to come to an end. Up, Homewood gets the play off. Caleb Carson rolls out and then taken down from behind. And that
John Thompson with the sack there. And I'll have to give him a shout-out. His dad was on our 1992 runner-up team. Lee Thompson. John is a fine young man and made a really good play there pursuing the quarterback.
End of the first quarter from Waldrop Stadium. The rival teams here separated by 6 miles. Homewood 7, Mountain Brook 7, Homewood ball when we come back on the NFHS Network.
Folks, that's the 2000 state champions out there on the field, and Coach Newton is out there, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, it's good to see. Yeah, he's right there. It's good to see him. They're giving him a hug right now.
That's great. Folks, tonight's presenting sponsor for the Mountain Brook game and the season-long sponsor for our broadcast is Social Taco. Make sure to stop in this weekend and grab a bite at the newest SoHo restaurant, Social Taco, and also visit SoHo Social and SoHo Standard right there in the heart of downtown Homewood. Yeah, that's the team that was involved in the very famous 5-overtime state championship game, which most people, and this isn't Homewood colored glasses, will tell you, is still the greatest state championship game in Alabama history.
All right, big play right here early in the game. 3rd down and 11.
Caleb Carson. Here comes the rush, gets the pass off, and the receiver was not looking. One of the rare misconnections this year.
Coach is going to get the points.
Homewood is going to bring out the field goal team.
That ball,
go ahead, Chad.
That ball got on Walden before he could even really react. He threw a bullet in there trying, and those are hard. That's that inside slant, and you got to get the ball out. But
now this is the first pressure kick Judson Eanes has had, so let's see how he does here.
Got a 38-yard field goal. High, deep, and no good.
Wide left.
Wide left. So, change of possession. Mountain Brook will take over. Really, absolutely the first test that Homewood has had this year. 5 games, 5 opponents have just been dismantled until Mountain Brook comes to town tonight. And now Freddie Lawrence's defense will try to slow down Mountain Brook. They'll take over at the 21 where the field goal was missed.
I was not pursuing to the ball as much there because I was watching number 70, William Tabb. And, that was kind of a split zone play. And, man, that guy gets off the ball. He took our guy straight into the turf.
Great block.
Really good blocking by their front.
Trey Vincent. Again, Vincent, they'd like to use him as a wide receiver, but there's only one running back that's healthy.
Our defense has got to get off the field on this series, guys. We can't let them go down the field again. It'll demoralize us.
Vincent again.
There we go.
He'll be, oh, wow. Some late extracurricular activities there.
All right, it should be about 3rd and 1, and that's where they want to be, 3rd and short. Up front, they're doing a good job. And they do have a size advantage in the middle, and they're trying to get 2 guys on Jaquez and kind of getting him pushed off where he can't get the penetration. Our linebackers are not able to get back there to the tackle.
They went ahead and gave him a first down. Yeah.
Vincent came out, and now Stuart Andrews back in. So first down and for Mountain Brook, right at the 30.
There we go. Eat that up. Eat that up.
Guy, I'm just thinking about the math for a second. Mountain Brook started on the 21, and that ball was spotted around the 30. That does not equal 10 yards to me, but down on the field, that's what the call was.
All right.
3 yards on that carry.
Jaquez, they're coming right after him. Double team, and it's that zone double team to the next level. This is one of the better zone teams you'll see up front. And this is a power formation right here coming straight at us.
Fake to Andrews, screen set up. First down, and still on his feet, finally taken down, is John Colvin.
And, Glenn, you can kind of see that coming. It's a power formation. Looks like it's going to be a run, and it's a good time to you do something a little different to your tendencies and go to the space and get the speedster some yardage.
15-yard pitch and catch on the play. First and 10, Mountain Brook from their own 49.
Spartans at their own 48 with a 1st and 10 coming up. Andrews in the backfield.
No, they got 3 to the short side of the field. They're probably coming over here.
Yeah, Andrews to the wide side. Bad snap.
That's a bad snap. Half power. Still goes forward.
Number 11, half power, the quarterback keeper for the Spartans.
So the Spartans with a fumble. Homewood fumbled, but they recovered. Now Brook fumbles, and they recover.
That's huge.
Yeah, gets them behind the sticks.
It gets them behind the sticks.
Well, they converted, did Mountain Brook. They converted 2 long 3rd downs in that first quarter in which they would eventually score a touchdown.
All right, they're going to try to get about 7 or 8 back at least here.
Andrews trying to get the edge. Comes up way short.
Yeah, again, about 90% of the time when they've got 3 on one side of the field, they run it the other way.
Great job by the defense on that side, stringing it out. We had to have that stop there because that's why they ran the ball. They want to get it to 3rd and 10 and then still have a chance here. So 3rd and about 14.
Yeah, got to get off the field right here, guys. Got to get off the field. Get ready in the secondary. Bertishaw, let's go.
Timeout. 7-7 Mountain Brook into Homewood. Good game here at Waldrop. We'll take a timeout. Our crew will be right back after this. You're watching Homewood football.
Folks, we'd like to thank our Red Level Premier sponsors with Homewood Athletics. They are Waverly Advisors, Town & Country Ford, Dazio, Friedman, and Zelenas, Alabama Oncology, Cotton Construction, and Social Taco. We thank them for their amazing support of Homewood Athletics. If you have any interest in joining this growing list of sponsors, please contact the Homewood Athletics office.
Coach, do you got a feel yet of the tempo of this game? Who is controlling the tempo?
I think Mountain Brook is doing a really good job, really keeping the control and pace of the game. It's into their 7-7. Glenn's magic number's 25, and we're not going to get there at this pace.
Keep an eye for 22.
Obviously, a throwing down.
Yes.
Too much.
Got off the field.
Homewood Patriots will force a punt.
Thank goodness for that bad snap.
Well, that's what I was about to say, Glenn. I was going to thank you, that was a tremendous turn of events there where we were able to get them in the long situation. And nice to see somebody else have self-inflicted wounds in this series because that's really what's hurt us in some of these years past, the false starts, and we're playing clean in that regards.
Knock on wood.
I don't see, by the way, I don't see a punter yet on the field.
Yeah, they're going to do some.
You think it'll be a pooch?
They're going to do one of their strange formations again. Let's see what they do.
Probably just a pooch punt.
They got him in the Wildcat. What is he going to do? Yeah, here they go. This is what they do.
Okay, there you go.
This stuff drives me crazy. Yeah, our student section's booing. Good. Boo them, kids. I hate that stuff.
How do you really feel, Professor? I'm not sure. I think you're beating around the bush.
I want teams to come out and play each other up straight up. Let's play ball.
Goldstein will let it die at the 19, and that is where Homewood will take over. So we came out of here real quickly. First quarter, boom, boom, punch, counter punch. Then things have settled down. Long drive by Homewood, but it ended on a missed field goal that would have given the Patriots a 10-7 lead, and that time Homewood coming off, guys, their best defensive set of the game so far.
Yeah, that's a big stop for our defense, confidence-wise, and to get us some just get back on the field with our big weapons on offense.
Not a lot yet on the ground for Homewood, who've got a great complementary game with the 3 running backs. Usually we see Davis Griffin get involved early. That's a wide receiver screen, and that'll get you about 6-7 yards on the far side of the field.
Catch is made by number 8,
Tamon Felton, who has scored his 6th touchdown of the year.
3-man front there, and then they walk their linebacker down into the gap. This time it looks like you got 4-man front. They kind of vary their looks, people standing up all over the place.
Play picked up 8.
And that's what we can't go away from.
Yeah, I agree. Go back to what got you to 5-0.
Yeah. You got to be able to run up, and we've been so good at it all year. You can't just because they're shifting around. We've got a good offensive line, and spread them out a little bit, but hit them in those gaps. We got to make them get worn down a little bit too. They've had some injuries up front.
So 1st down and 10. 32-yard line of the Patriots. Griffin in the backfield with Caleb Carson.
I'm ready to get Griffin out of the backfield, catching one soon.
Stepping up, throwing, going long, but that's nowhere near a Patriot.
I needed my radio in his helmet because Davis Griffin, when he went to the home run ball there, but Davis was open out in the flat. Davis is a hard matchup for Mountain Brook because he can attack them on the wing, coming out of the backfield. He's much faster than those guys that are covering him. All right, 2nd down and 10 here. It's a big play to get some of it back to be 3rd and manageable.
Walden in motion. Over the middle, caught. Just short of a 1st down, unless they give it to him. That is J.T. Watts.
Oh, man, that was a strike. That was a strike.
What a catch by J.T. He went down to his knees and it was almost like he was the catcher right there, Glenn.
Yeah, he threw him a fastball.
That was about 95, 96 miles an hour.
I got it short by about a yard. I'm waiting for the scoreboard to
Yeah, it's about a half
react.
a yard.
That was a little bit breaking a tendency because usually when Walden goes in motion, we like to go out to the outside.
Caleb Carson, 1st down. Now the Patriots have decided when they go 3rd and short, it's Carson time. And I don't mean Johnny. and us, we all know who that is, The Tonight Show.
You are correct, sir.
That's the best thing about these two guys, flanked to my left and right. They get all my corny jokes, all the references. 1st down and 10. Handoff. Griffin. Got tripped up. Looked like he was going to get a big gainer out of that. He got tripped up after about 4.
We'll take it.
Yeah, nice play by their linebacker. Barely got him by the shoestring. That would have been a big play. But that's a win. Get those 4 yards here. Now it's 2nd and manageable. 6 yards.
Got the joystick in.
Tamon Felton near side. Always
12 personnel, 2 tights.
threat. Let's see if Carson looks for
He's
Felton.
wide open.
He is going long for Felton, but he's not open. No flag. Now this side of the field, 100% Homewood wanting a flag. Coach,
If he makes that throw a little bit earlier, he had him.
Yeah, he had him early on the break, and then the referees thinking, he was playing the ball and he didn't intentionally hit him. That Homewood side is not going to agree with the official right there. That's a close call.
what do you do on 3rd and 6?
Tied in.
3rd and 6.
Yeah, tight end or Walden here.
That's Walden. Always good in the slot, dangerous in that slot. Carson. Quick release, got his man, and that should be Walden.
It's another fastball.
Fastball is a great throw, but that was not – both receivers were in the same spot. DeCudris and Walden ran the same route. They were right there with about 2 yards.
All right, guys, we have not seen any trickery from the Patriots this year. Primary reason, they haven't needed it. You feel the possibility of a fake here? No?
No, let's try to pin them deep in front of our band.
I just posed the questions. And Mountain Brook will set up for a potential return, and that is a good boot.
Good boot.
That'll take you about the 6, maybe 7-yard line. Gabriel Carlson.
Yeah, I think that's the right call. The last time we went to the fake was at the Athens game, and we were up by about, I think it was Glenn, maybe over 10 points, and then it kind of changed the momentum. So it's just good to pin them back.
Yeah, we had somebody move on that, if you remember. We had the shift going and snapped it into the shift, and it lost us the game.
Yeah, they scored 2 touchdowns within about 3 minutes.
Yeah.
We're the better team, so we're going to make them work the whole way down.
Ball is on the 8. First man misses. Catch made, short gainer, John Colvin on the reception. There's a chance here for Homewood. If they can get a 3 and out, then Homewood would wind up with really good field position.
Yeah, flip that field.
5.5 minutes remaining.
All right, George French is they're switching over here. He's coming to this side of the field now.
Well, Mountain Brook will stack, Coach. They got 3 wideouts on this.
Yeah, look at him go to the short
Quick
side
throw.
of the field.
Nothing there, so the keeper and maybe a yard. Good defense by Homewood. Hoffbauer was reading it, and there was nothing there. There's nothing to read.
Yeah, Jacquez, you can tell he's high-fiving his front lineman there. They did a good job holding their ground and staying in there because they were trying to deceive us out here with a quick throw. He fakes the throw and then attacked, and now it's a 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6.
Let that band play in their ears down there.
Big play by our front 3 here.
Yeah, if we can get out the field here and flip this field, this would be huge.
That's Andrews in motion. Hoffbauer wants Andrews,
Yes.
and he's got Smith instead, way short of a first down. Actually, that's Colvin.
That's up front. I'm telling you, Haynes is in at left side. Really good job by him, pressing 2 guys back into the quarterback's face. Rodriguez Lambert.
Came up way short, didn't they?
Yeah. The front 3 got a good push, and we had guys back in coverage.
And so now we're going to have good field position.
William Russ is the punter, and Reed Goldstein, the joystick. I mean, even if he fair catches this is going to be about the 46. And Goldstein is there. He'll try to return it to the 45-40, 35-30, and then run out of bounds. And here comes Homewood with great field position and 4:13 remaining. Good decision by the joystick. Otherwise, as you can see in the replay, if that ball falls,
It's
might
going to
have
bounce
bounced
a long
another
way. Yeah, you're
10,
right.
15 yards. That's what I was thinking.
Yeah, absolutely right.
Yeah, and Carlson, that's a big flip of the field. His punt pinned him back. Defense gets the 3 and out, and now we're in business. This is Homewood time here inside the 30. Short field.
Short field, that's our game.
Not afraid to go for the home run ball here. The triplets to the left. And we got Caleb Carson calls his own number for a couple of yards forward off that right side.
Yeah, we decided to run to the short side of the field, had the receivers up top. And that's our tendency. We tend to want to run it to the short side in those scenarios there because we think we can seal the edge with our tight ends.
From the Spartan 29.
And then you're going behind Asher Ketchum, our right tackle, and he's probably our most athletic lineman, Glenn, and I think that's why we're wanting to do that there.
Yeah.
No gain on the play, so 2nd down and 10. Griffin in motion. They like to get him out of the backfield, and there he is in space. Tiptoes his way inside the 25.
Now, I'm with Coach on that. That's something we've got to do more of tonight, get the ball pass in the air to Tutu.
Yeah, he's the advantage right there. We've got to keep attacking with him. DeCoudris is not moving full speed on his routes right now. It looks like he's kind of hobbling and coming out.
Oh, great.
Fortunately for the Patriots, they can go 2-3 deep in that position.
Yeah, I got J.T. Watts, and then Landon Pettis can be the other tight end in this scenario.
Timeout taken by Homewood. Homewood with a 3rd and 5. Good field position, trying to score. 7-7. The Patriots and the Spartans from Waldrop Stadium. You're watching us tonight on the Homewood Athletic YouTube page.
Thank you to all of our white level sponsors for Homewood Athletics, including Bryant Bank, Lakeshore Benefit Alliance, Paramount El Barrio, and West Homewood, Piggly Wiggly, Robinson Morton, The Edge, Twin Construction, and AFIX. Big 3rd and 5 here.
4 down in territory right here.
Oh, yeah.
I agree with Coach. Griffin, handoff. Griffin.
The workhorse.
One more step, and he's in the end zone, but they tripped him up from behind.
Incredible jump cut there, CB. I'm telling you, that was
First down.
next level.
Not only a first down, but a first U.S. Bank first down. And you know what is really good about this drive? It's coming near the end of the quarter. I mean, you got 3 minutes and change, keeping the ball out of the hands of Mountain Brook. By the way, Debbie Chancellor, who, I mean, she is the key that starts the Homewood car. She will be the guest with the professor at halftime. High snap, but gathered in over the middle. Caught! Touchdown! Homewood!
No, they're marking him at the 1. Marking him at the 1.
All right, they'll take away 6. Let's watch it again.
But you're only going to be 1 play behind because we're about to muscle it in right here.
DeCoudris, that was a really good catch.
Great touch that time by Carson. Here's Goldstein. Here's Caleb Carson. Carson leans forward. I'm going to wait for the referees. There it is, near side. Touchdown, Caleb Carson.
The lights flash. What a drive right there by Homewood. When you get it with that short field, you have got to put it in there.
And that, CB, is why we didn't go for that fake punt that you were talking about. Right? Right? We flipped the field, got the short field, and took the lead.
What's it, the missile, Gabriel Carlson? We have so many names for these guys, but I'm telling you, that was the whole key. There's the long punt, put them back, the 3 and out, and there we go, 30-yard drive.
For the PAT to make it 14. And it is good. The point after. Brought to you by the Wade team with ARC Realty. Daniel and Billy Wade. Call them at 205-966-9600. Homewood by 7, and we'll be back with the final 2 minutes and change of this first half in just a moment. We'll look back on that touchdown and remember again, as you guys said, the Carlson punt set up the touchdown. And then the defense came up big.
And let's get this thing in the end zone. Short.
Short fumbled and then picked up.
There
Short of
you
the
go.
20.
That's another one where we don't get in the end zone, but we cover it well, Coach.
Sam Smith. Watch Smith bobble it.
And John Martin right there, down there like a missile on the tackle. Watch him come through here.
Boom.
Boom. Laid the wood to him. I love it. And John Martin's fired up, and our defense is fired up here. Look at him with the motion we didn't have on that long drive. They're ready to get a stop here and get us back on the field.
Yeah, I want the ball back. I don't want to settle for 14-7 at halftime. I want the ball back right now.
2:28 remaining.
That's a false start.
That's Andrews. Stuart Andrews missed last week against Oxford. I'm thinking of golf because of the Ryder Cup.
All right, Andrews is coming out now.
from the 22.
Yeah, guys, he's about 80% healthy, and I think that's part of the reason why he's coming out now.
All right, you got empty here, so look for quarterback run or a quick pass.
Hop power. No, very little resistance. That is caught.
We got a flag.
Can I guess? Can anybody guess?
Back them up.
Holding is a guess.
Unless we are offsides lined up, it's either going to be holding or we're not going to be offsides there, so I don't know what. Jaquez is coming back in for Dennis.
Flag picked up. Here we go. Ineligible, right?
Yeah, ineligible.
Good.
Sure, so we're downfield.
Big penalties here. They're making some mistakes tonight. Usually you don't see Mountain Brook teams do this. Fumble, snaps, false starts. I like it, Glenn.
Yes. See somebody else making penalties, hurting themselves instead of us.
All right, a little different here. Dennis White's at nose, and you got Jaquez up there at left end. Rodriguez Lambert came out there.
Vincent is the running back. Over the 20 to about the 22.
All right, that's interesting there because you have John Martin coming down. Usually he's the cornerback, but he came in there, filled the gap, and chopped him down.
All right, let's get off the field right now and get this ball back.
3rd and 9, and there's 1:20 remaining in this second quarter. This is going to be a timeout. And interestingly enough, by Homewood, by the Patriots. So let's take a timeout here. I believe that Bergey's got one remaining. He took one earlier in this quarter.
Yeah, he's definitely trying to get the ball back.
14-7, Homewood in front. Our crew will be back from Waldrop in just a moment.
We appreciate our Blue Level sponsors for their support of Homewood Athletics, including Estridge and White, McElhenney Law, Amherst Bank, Milo's, and C-Spire.
All right, last year, they scored right before the half on a pass play. It was big to Smith. I look for them probably show run here and then try to hit us with their tight end, possibly.
Or 2-2.
Because we're going to be playing stop the run here, but we still got to make sure we hold our discipline in the secondary. You got Witten and Bertishaw at safety, and they're both aggressive.
Andrews on the move. Pass play, a rollout. Let's see if that was incomplete. It was low.
Incomplete.
Incomplete. And now the Patriots, again, are going to get very good field position.
All right, we got to watch here, even when they send their punting team out here, that we don't jump.
Because it's 4th and 5.
4th and 5.
Any of your violations is going to give them a
and they will do some crazy stuff, as we've seen. They do it on both sides of the ball. So see what they do here.
Goldstein is at his 40.
Coach, when you got a team that does this the kind of stuff that they do, it's all about technique and being where you're supposed to be, right?
Correct, and I don't know if I'm coming after it here because they're.
Russ gets it away high, but not very far. Goldstein is going to let it go, and Homewood will take over on their own 43. We'll keep it here.
I loved seeing Goldstein get away from that ball and tell everybody else to get away from it.
Yeah,
because Coach will tell you we've had some issues with that in the past.
Yeah, that was a smart call there. You don't want to let it hit the turf, but John Martin had gotten kind of pushed back into that area, and and it's better to try to get him out of the way and get out, and save the turnover there.
61 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. You don't have to go in the air, but Carson does. Short caught.
Out of bounds, yes.
Tackled out of bounds to Mon Felton, who signals that is a First U.S. Bank first down.
That's our money route in these situations. Short side of the field, he runs a Titan route, which is about 11-yard route, and it's a back shoulder fade.
Almost impossible to defend, and with this time on the clock, you can be methodical.
Because that kid right in front of him said, I'm not getting beat deep here.
You can go other way. Foster, here is Carson
Get rid of
under
it. You got rid of
pressure,
it. Good
and
job.
you better look for a possible flag there. There was nobody in the area.
It didn't get across the line of scrimmage either.
Yeah, that's the flag. Is
There it
not getting
is.
across the line of scrimmage. Yeah.
All right, so we did a stop and go there. So that was our stutter route. The guy was 15 yards off of us. You know, the over the mountain credo for defensive backs, I've heard it from freshman year, don't get beat deep. Every coach yells it, and I can tell you that defensive coordinator was yelling, and we stuttered into it, and there was nowhere to go, and then Caleb threw it out of bounds and got an intentional grounding call.
It's a 10-yarder.
Well, Homewood was on the
15.
verge of the
Isn't that loss of down too, Coach?
I believe so.
if it's intentional grounding,
Yeah,
yes.
because you lose the down. It should flip over to second down.
Homewood was on the verge of the red zone.
That's where you get a little greedy. I had to come back with a Titan route because that guy was almost – look how deep off of him is right here, 10 yards cushion.
3rd and 24 from the Patriot 40. Carson with good time. Pocket collapses and a safe pass, and then getting out of bounds is Hayes DeCouteris.
All right, so you have about a 3rd and 11 here, 3rd and 12. Yep.
Manageable.
Yeah, manageable here. And again, they got to be scared of Felton.
Good blocking, by the way.
Yeah, good blocking.
He had a lot of time.
Really good catch.
Yeah, the Cougars look like he's moving around
Yeah, he's
okay
moving
now.
a little bit better now.
Yeah.
That one route, he looked like me a little bit, like when I'm a little sore.
Tell you, there's another call that Homewood likes, and that's that bubble screen to Davis
All
Griffin.
right, look at the screen right here in front of us, 10 yards off of him, almost 12. They may drop a guy back to try to cover the flat. Yeah, there
Thrown,
you go.
caught, near side
Yes.
Felton. He'll be short.
I'd set up again, have him on the single side, and then you take what he gives. Run a pop shoot concept up top with 2 slants and an out, and then down here it's Felton game.
23 seconds left to go. You've got time for at least 2 plays. You don't have to go end zone here. And Carson goes short and picks up a first down to Davis Griffin. Well done, Patriots.
Yeah, good call right there by Coach Bruner. You know, we're sitting there looking at Felton. They ran a stunt, brought the defensive end out. You'll see it right here on the screen. Linebacker, but we get a good pick.
How about a good call by Coach CB on that by saying you didn't have to go to the end zone?
That's right.
No kudos?
I like
Kudos.
that. And
None?
then look,
Zip?
all right, so we're down here again.
One-on-one coverage, Felton near side. Track star.
I like Walden up top.
Carson looking all the way to his left. He
Go down.
gets that
Go down.
complete.
Timeout.
And that should be Cam Foster on that far side because Tamon Felton was on the near side. Foster caught his first touchdown last week.
We're going to have to get a little closer for a field goal.
Yeah, bright future for Foster. And, again, it shows Caleb's not afraid to go to him in a situation like this. Now, here we have to I would probably roll Carson because you cannot take a sack. You know, there's no more timeouts. So
I just want to get close enough to kick a field goal. I don't think you got to get it in the end zone
no,
here.
that I would roll out, run a 5-yard out, and a corner route, and let's try to get –
Yeah, let Judson have another shot at it.
CB was a little slow on that extra point, and I'll tell you why on that last one, because it looked like it was going left. You know, he's been kicking a little left tonight, and their kicker did the same thing. I think both kickers are feeling a little bit of pressure tonight.
So the ball is going to be at the 26. Add 17. Professor, I need you. That's about a 43-yarder right now. And that's a little on the edge of the long side, right?
Yeah, but he's got a leg to do it.
He's got a leg to do it. He just hasn't kicked in a pressure situation except earlier tonight when he missed. So
now,
I do want to see him get another shot at it, though.
A lot of people don't realize, too, with these wider hashes, those kicks into the hash are a lot harder. The uprights are wider here in high school, but it's still a tough kick.
Now let's see if Heath Bruner is thinking what we're thinking or if he's going to take a shot for the end zone.
Foster and
we're going to roll out
Felton
right here.
Are near side. We haven't seen that alignment. Carson going long and nobody there.
It's going to be a long field goal.
I think somebody must have busted a route there.
Two guys, again, they lined up together, which we haven't seen.
All right, come on, hit this one, baby.
Big kick to end the half here.
So we'll
46-yarder.
About a 46-yarder.
Oh, wait, what are we moving the ball for?
They spotted it wrong.
So it's going to be about a 43-yarder.
43-yard field goal attempt by Eanes. Kick is up. It is high. It is good! At the buzzer. A walk-off field goal. And that will send us to halftime. Long field goal. Judson Eanes.
Oh, that was right down the middle, too. Great kick by Mr.
Yeah, he
Eanes.
misses one, comes back and hits a longer
Oh, that's
one.
huge.
Beautiful. And, yeah, guys, how well did we use the clock there? We got the ball back with, what was it, a minute and 10 seconds?
And to get points off of
And
that.
to get points out of it.
Great second
Take a
quarter by the
10-point lead
Patriots.
into the halftime. And that's what we wanted. It was to get up on them, and we've gotten up by 10 at halftime.
So after giving up a touchdown early to Mountain Brook, the defense, which has been stellar all year, put the clamps on this Mountain Brook offense. We're at halftime. The score, 17-7. The Patriots out in front. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back. The professor will be talking with Debbie Chancellor from our athletic department after this on the NFHS Network.
All right, folks, we are back here at Waldrop Stadium. And when I was in high school in the mid-'80s, the absolute it girl at our high school was the head cheerleader, Debbie Asbeck, and I am charmed by the fact that she's sitting up here in the booth with me right now. Welcome to the broadcast,
well,
Debbie.
thanks for letting me join this fraternity up here. I mean, I'm the first, I think, so I'm
the
proud to be here.
first woman we've had on the broadcast.
So
You're right.
I feel very privileged. Thank you for
Well,
having
it's
me.
like I said, it's perfect since, like I said, when I was in high school, you were the it girl, so it's only appropriate that the it girl be. You were our Molly Ringwald.
Oh, great. I love that. I love that.
So talk to us a little bit about your memories of cheerleading down here on the Homewood sidelines.
Not a lot has changed. Still the tradition is here, which I love. But, yes, I mean, it was wonderful. We had a great camaraderie between our people. We had a much smaller squad back then. We had like 10, 12.
Yeah, they got, what, 50 kids?
little different. But, like on homecoming, we would have everything in one day.
Yeah.
We would have the parade, come straight to the game, go straight to the dance. So
Right.
those kind of things were really fun.
Yeah.
I mean, I know now they spread it out, but but those memories are great. And like going back to my senior year where we were able to go back to the playoffs.
Yeah, we'll talk about
and all
the
that.
football
That
in a
was
second.
awesome.
Yeah, we'll talk about the football in a second. Besides the football games, do you have any good favorite memory that immediately pops in your head of cheering?
Of course. If it's not cheerleading, I met my husband at Homewood High School.
There you go. Tell that story.
Yeah. So I was a freshman. He was a senior. and talk about elite people. Like he was great.
He was the stud of the school.
He was very much so. And he saw me in the lunch line at Homewood High School, and we started talking, and we've been together ever since. So
Well, like I
43 years together.
Wow. Well, like I said, you were the it girl, so that doesn't surprise me. That doesn't surprise me at all. So, okay, so you probably know that Homewood won the state championship in our third year playing football, 74.
Correct. My brothers were older. Shout out to my brothers who always, that's why I love sports so much. My dad and my brothers, that's all we did. So I was at a ball field.
Yeah.
So, yes.
So you were here from the beginning
Yes,
then, right?
yes.
Okay, so we win that championship.
Yeah.
Then, unfortunately, for the rest of the 70s, we go through kind of a dry period. Struggled to win games, much less get to the playoffs.
Very much so.
But then, by the time that you were a junior, we got back to the playoffs for the first time in several years because
Yes.
largely because of your class.
Yes. Very
right?
talented group. Yes.
Yeah. So Eric Ramsey in that
Yes.
class.
Yes.
Now we won't talk about what happened with Eric at Auburn. But
That's okay.
Eric,
We're still good friends.
yeah, but Eric was our first NFL guy.
Yes, he was.
Yeah. So you good friends with Eric, huh?
I still talk to him. Yes, he's in California.
Yeah, out there in L.A., Mr. Hollywood
Yes,
now, right?
Yes.
So that your junior year, we went to the playoffs for the first time in a long time and played Banks.
Yes.
And they were twice our size,
Yes.
and they beat the crap out of us. Do you remember that game much at all?
Yeah, like that game, I don't remember much about that game. More my senior year that I have the memories of, going deep into the playoffs.
Yeah, so your senior year, my junior year, we go to the semifinals.
Yes.
But on the way to our semifinals, we had to beat Gardendale at their place.
Yes.
Now, folks, Gardendale at that time period was Clay Chalkville of today.
They were.
right?
Yeah, they were a powerhouse.
They were a powerhouse. What's your memory of that game? I have a lot of memories of that game.
It was just electric. I've never been at a game like that wasn't college level.
Yeah.
So that game, to me, was just everyone. You couldn't even hear yourself think on that game. So yeah, it was great. It was just electric. And when we won 3-0, I mean, it was just everybody just went crazy. It was.
Yeah.
awesome.
Do you remember how we rushed the field and?
Yes,
Yeah.
the whole thing. It was just great. Everything was great about that game.
Yeah, that was one of the great moments in Homewood history. We
It
went out
was.
there, and it was 3-0.
3-0.
I mean, remember when the days when they used to play
3-0.
defense?
3-0.
3-0, right?
Yeah.
Okay, but unfortunately, that season ended the very next week here
Yeah, Colbert County.
when we played Colbert County, and I remember it being rainy that night. Do you remember that game?
I remember it. I remember some rain. I don't remember much about the weather. It didn't bother me.
Yeah.
I cheered no matter what.
Right.
It didn't matter.
Well, that turned out to be, unfortunately, your
Yes.
last cheerleading
It
gig,
was.
right?
It was.
So it's got to be a sad memory for you.
It was.
Yeah,
It was.
hate to bring that up.
I don't like to lose. I'm too competitive.
Yeah, we'll focus on that Gardendale game that
Yes.
year. Everybody from our time period remembers that Gardendale game as one of our
Yeah.
special moments in high school, and it had been great for you as a senior
It
for
was.
sure.
It was.
Yeah. Okay, so your high school cheerleading days end, but here you are now again.
Full circle.
Roaming the Homewood sidelines.
Yes.
Back in the 80s, when you came to Waldrop Stadium, one of the first smiling faces you saw was Debbie Asbeck on the sidelines cheerleading. Now, when you come to Waldrop Stadium, you're one of the first smiling faces anybody sees coming
thank
through
you.
the gate, right?
Thank
So
you.
talk about what you're doing for Homewood now.
I'm the athletic assistant. I'm very fortunate that now I've worked for two great bosses, Doug Gann and now Rick Bagley. I'm very fortunate to be in that group. We've added John Lunsford in now. I mean, we just have a great camaraderie in that, and we all have the same goal, which is these kids. We want what's best for the kids and make them as successful as possible. And so that's our goal. And so I do anything they ask me to do, but I do financials, I order, I work games, I do eligibility, just a little bit of everything.
Yeah, you're all over the place,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Down there working the gates.
I work the gates, yes.
You ever make the hot dogs?
I do. I have rolled hot dogs,
You
but
have-
not here at the stadium. Not here at the stadium, but I roll plenty of hot dog at a baseball, softball game.
Yeah. Put up the flags.
Yes, we put the flags up around the stadium.
Chase everybody out when the game's over with.
We do. We have a lot to clean up around here. It takes us a little while to get
What
everybody.
time do you get out of here on our typical?
About 10:30.
That's not too bad.
not bad.
When the game ends like 9:30, you're out of here about an hour.
About
Well, no wonder y'all chase us out
Turn the lights
because
out.
you got to get out of here,
Yes,
right?
yes.
Well, so when did you start? When did you start that job?
I came here to the high school in 17. I was at the middle school for 8 years prior to that. So
Okay.
yeah.
So you've been pretty much Homewood since you were cheerleading down on the sidelines,
Yes,
right?
yes.
That's great.
I do love it.
Yeah.
It's a great place.
Well, anything else you want to say about the Homewood community?
I think that we're still so supportive. I think that our fan base is large. I mean, look at, we got fine arts, we've got everything. I mean, like, it's one of those one-stop schools. I think no matter what you can find something to do at Homewood High School. It doesn't matter if it's fine arts, if it's theater. I did theater back in the day. I did show choir.
I was about to say, didn't you do theater? Because I think I remember you on the stage, and not just Miss Heritage. You were also at Miss Heritage.
Yeah, I did. Uh-huh.
Weren't you a finalist?
I was.
Yeah, I thought so. I thought so.
Yep.
So I'm thinking of you on stage in plays and Miss Heritage.
I did show choir. I did, anything they'd let me do.
Like I said,
I would do it.
Like I said, the It Girl. You were Molly Ringwald.
Yeah,
right?
and I've been thank you to all of our fans for praying for my mom. She fell a few weeks ago, but she's doing great. So I appreciate the support that the broadcast team has given us. And, and my family, of course. My family's been so supportive. My kids, Leah and Ryan. And
any specific names you want to give a shout-out to?
Yeah, that was it. Leah and Ryan and all my kiddos and my family. I appreciate it. I'm here a lot of nights, so my husband is very patient. And he comes to a lot of games, but he also sits home a lot by himself.
Right. Well, Debbie, I hate to let you go, but the band is coming on, so we need to put them on.
I appreciate it. Thanks for having me up.
Yeah, thanks for coming up and talking to us.
Okay.
And I wasn't kidding about you being the It Girl. I mean, Debbie Asback was it when I was in high school.
Well, I appreciate the honor. So
right.
Thank you so much. And
All
go Patriots.
Go Patriots.
Let's get the win tonight.
I hear you.
That was actually pretty good.
Folks, great interview there with an absolute celebrity in Homewood history. But now we're turning the program over to the mighty Homewood Patriot Band. As I say every week, the best band in the state of Alabama, always has been and always will be. The Homewood Patriot Marching Band.
Now, by Grand Funk Railroad, we're an American band.
SoHo girls go through the entry, and Doggins are a girl's best friend. the Patriot Gunner. And now, the Stars still up here. Next, we take you to the line, Rivalry. This group of students will step off on New Year's Day as Alabama's representative to the 132nd College Parade.
Folks, I hope you could see what happened there. As the Patriot Band normally does, they turn halftime into a rock concert. But tonight they added a smoke machine, and then at the very end of it, we had a guitar out there that had Mountain Brook on it, and he smashed the guitar, the Mountain Brook guitar. I hope that showed up well on the camera on the screen there, but that was beautiful, and I can tell you the crowd went crazy over that. So they took the rock concert up a notch, for sure. Chet, what'd you think about that?
I felt like I was at a heavy metal concert right there.
Smashing the Mountain Brook guitar. I mean, come on, man.
Pete Townsend has nothing on Homewood. And by the way, if you guys would have asked me, I could have told you off air because, perfect time for a promo, I talked during the week. Our Patriot Spotlight is with Chris Cooper, who is the band director. He told me, don't say a word, but we've worked this thing in where we're going to smash a guitar. It's going to have Mountain Brook on there. So
I'm glad you didn't say anything because that was great to get a surprise out of it.
No, absolutely. I had the dirt. Don't think for a second I couldn't get you, the good stuff. Hey, Coach, a good first half for Homewood overall. And then I looked at the stats, and Tamon Felton is, playing at an all-conference and an all-region, and if not, at an all-state level, isn't he?
Yeah, 4 catches for 104 yards, touchdown. He scares them deep, so they're going to play soft. And that Titan route for 10 yards is there every time we want it. And then when they sink a guy underneath trying to bait Caleb, he's smart enough and seasoned enough not to go for it, and he can dump it down to the running back out of the backfield. So I tell you, the running back to the single receiver side to him, and I know I like to do that a lot at my level with the freshmen. It may be something Coach Bruner goes to this half.
Well, the defense and the punting game. Remember, there are 3 phases.
Yes.
And there's head coach Ben Bergeson at the bottom of your screen in the white hoodie.
Let's also talk about the fact that Carson's running the ball, 8 times for 41 yards. Griffin's 4 attempts for 18 yards, but he's also caught the ball. We don't have his receiving numbers, do we?
You're talking about Caleb Carson?
No, Griffin.
Oh, Griffin, I'm sorry. By the way, on the screen is the track team. And you've got
champions. There's Tamon Felton there.
Griffin.
Can you jump 22 feet like he can?
No. I mean, it just if you put like a blizzard from Dairy Queen every 3 feet, I'd be in good shape.
What I liked about that interview was when you asked him if he could do 27, he said, nah.
He said he couldn't even imagine.
Couldn't get there.
His eyes opened up. He
Yeah.
said, you got to be crazy.
Yeah.
I was a little disappointed. The only disappointment I had coming away is that Tamon had not heard of Carl Lewis.
Yeah, we're getting old, though. When you teach college students like I do, every single day you get a thing that rubbed in your face like that about how old you are.
Right.
Because I make cultural references like that all the time, and they look at me like, what are you talking about?
Right.
So like you said earlier, it's good to be up here with you guys on
man.
Friday night where we all get each other.
It's scary.
Coach, I want you to talk about the fact that this first possession is huge. We got to give them off the field,
right?
Get the ball back, take an even bigger lead, and then we can kind of start to feel good.
We've got to be careful here, because we were controlling the line of scrimmage there the last 2 series, the 3 and outs. That's where if Coach Yeager feels cornered, they may run on first down, and then if it's 2nd and 7, watch for that play action to a tight end or something, because I'm thinking, you're down by 10, you're going to be looking to try to get back quick. And I know Mountain Brook doesn't usually want to do that, but grinding it out the last 2 possessions, our defense is taking control here.
Yeah, if they get it to 17-14 quick, it's a whole different game than it feels right now. But if we get them off the field,
3 and out,
and we get down there and score again, then we've got them in a position where they're going to have to throw the ball, and that's not their forte.
That's not.
So this is big. This is a big series right here coming up here to start.
And also, me and Kurt were talking about before the game. It's a non-region game. And they're trying to make the playoffs with how many times they're going to run the quarterback if they're down 24-7.
Yeah, right.
So
exactly.
That's, like you said, this is huge right here to start the half.
The raw numbers, we used them early. Mountain Brook has won 5 straight in this series, 9 out of 10, and it's been a long time since the Patriots
Get them in
have
the end
beaten
zone.
the Spartans.
That's a good start to the series right there.
Tell me, 09 was the last year that Homewood beat
2009, yes.
2009. Yeah, that takes some years back. I jumped back into the 50s, I think. Anyways, so a big first possession for Caden Hoffbauer and the Mountain Brook Spartans.
And luckily, once again, we put 80 yards in front of them thanks to the touchback.
I'm going to run 10 here.
There he goes.
Gets it. And got about enough for a first down for Stuart Andrews off the left side of the line.
Coach Yeager thinking the same thing there. Go back to your workhorse. We really did a good job overall containing him. And also, he is limited. I think, they're limiting his snaps. It's all here now. They've got to score, get points on the board.
Yeah, they got 3 over there to the long side of the field. They're going to come back this way.
So they come back near side. Penetration by the Homewood defense, but a slippery Andrews able to at least get back to the line of scrimmage and maybe even gained a yard. It looked like he was going to lose 2 or 3.
Rodriguez Lambert got penetration back there but did not secure the tackle. It was going to be a 2-yard loss.
Parker Lindsay on the tackle. Well, he actually gains 3. 2nd and 7. The RPO. Andrews.
And that's what
going to be near the first down.
Good job by him. Because
Hoffbauer, rather. I'm sorry.
Yeah, Hoffbauer had the RPO, and then he's looking. His liner's still blocking zone, and then he hits the cutback hole and almost got through there.
On the drive in which Mountain Brook cashed in, this is kind of similar. They ran the ball at will. It ended with a 9-yard touchdown run by Stuart Andrews.
There we go.
That time, about a yard for Andrews. Missed last week. Scored his 5th touchdown of the season.
John Martin doing a little of his best. I guess that was French there, trying to flop back. Him and 20 got into it a little bit right there.
Gain of 3.
Yeah, I mean, even when we get them at the line of scrimmage, they're still picking up 3 yards.
One thing that was noticeable, it was a very physical but clean first half. Both teams just enjoyed hitting the shoulder pads.
There we go.
But look at the pile move.
So
look
we had
at
him
that
wrapped
pile
up.
move.
We had him wrapped up, and he still picks up 5 yards.
That's Trey Vinson.
That gets into the size. Dennis White was up the middle, and they were able to kind of get the push on him. Jaquez had the hold of him. He got through the initial, put the left arm on him, but he got carried for about 3 yards. Now they're in the Flying Dutchman here, the Michigan formation.
Yeah, that stupid tower thing they do.
It's 3rd down and 1. Now they get in position.
They're going to come back this way.
Handoff. Forward progress will give the first down to Andrews.
Just smash mouth football. We did a good job, but still it's hard to keep Mountain Brook from getting the 3rd and 1. We've got to prevent the 3rd and 1. We had them in the backfield on the 2nd down play and let them get 5 yards.
Yeah, they're staying ahead of the sticks. This is what they like to do.
Spartans now in territory of Homewood at the 47. 1st down and 10.
All right, we got 3 coming on our side, so look for them to go up to the other side of the field. Up to come this way.
Handoff, and you see.
I honestly was agreeing with you on that, Glenn, because I was thinking they were going to do the handoff fake and quarterback keep it around the other end. If he had pulled that one, he may have been going for a ways.
Luke Eldridge in on the tackle.
You got Jakari Haynes at left defensive end. Jaquez is playing a little bit different. They have him on the right defensive end with Major Moore out. He's taking that spot and playing there quite a bit more. And Dennis White's at nose tackle.
2nd down. You got the
Here's
RPO.
when they try to take a shot, 22.
Here comes some pressure and then dumped and incomplete. Great job by George French.
Way to go, French.
Broke up the play. I don't know if we have it on replay, but a beautiful play by
Ollie Witten made that play.
Exactly. They wanted to go to 2-2.
Oh, and again, it was just a little bit of contact, not holding, and he was able to get a piece of him and prevent that play. That was going to be a big play because Witten was coming downhill, and he saw that guy right in his face, and he did a good job bumping him off his route.
Yeah, that's a perfect example of what they do. They lure you into sleep with the runs, and then they take their shot downfield. And we had him step for step. He had to come off of 2-2, come to another guy that we had completely and totally covered.
All right, so holding on both teams.
Holding on both teams.
They called holding on their offensive line, and then I may have called Ollie with that. I'm not sure who they were calling that on.
Well, whatever they did, they offset it, right? So.
Yes. And we will repeat 2nd and 7.
They'll go back to the run game here with the quick RPO up top.
43-yard line.
Number 15, Trey Vincent, the ball carrier for the Spartans.
Once again, the wide receiver Vincent, who is really the backup running back because of all the injuries. Lawson McKnight last week against Oxford, 312 yards, 4 touchdowns, and Tuesday shoulder surgery.
Vincent runs hard. He just doesn't have Andrews extra to carry the guys. But he hits that hole fast.
3rd and 3.
Our defensive line's in an up position.
It is a handoff trying to get to the edge, and Vincent does, and then is out of bounds, but not after Trey Vincent will move the sticks again.
Yeah, that's where the defensive end, we're standing upright, trying not to let them know what gap we're going through, and we have 4 men on the line, and that's bringing the linebacker up. Usually our linebacker's not up, but they have that extra tight end, and they try to spread us out. You know, if you'll notice, their splits are wider on the television screen. And notice they're taking time. It's 17 minutes on the 17 seconds on the play clock, down to 14, and they're milking it for all it's worth, trying to keep our offense off the field.
Vincent stays on the field, and it is Vincent. About 3.
John Martin downhill with a tremendous tackle outside. What a play by John. And those are dangerous because your corner's coming in there. He is playing run fit. So your safeties have to be aware when those tight ends get out of there because they're going to fake that handoff soon and then try to hit us over the top again. 2nd and 8.
Back to Andrews at the running back position. Fake.
Take a shot.
Shot. Caught. 1st down, Spartans. At the 21-yard line.
That was kind of that play action, just like we were worried about, and then Colvin gets open in the middle of the field on the seam.
Man, they are killing this clock, aren't they? 6:35 in the 3rd.
We're almost halfway done with the 3rd quarter.
This is what they do.
Jakari Haynes still in.
That's why that 3 points we got right before half was huge.
Andrews.
And that's it right there. We have got to win those battles on 1st down right up the middle.
2nd down.
Yeah, I was looking for the number. Luke Eldridge was downhill, and he's got to do that tonight. He has got to get in there and fill those gaps. His job is to get in there and stop the run. That was a good job by Eldridge.
A lot of playing time for Dennis White. So he stays on the field, number 91 in red.
Yeah, with Major out this week.
Yeah, and Rod Lambert is over here at right end. Jakari Haynes really getting his first action, and conditioning, you hope that's not a factor for Jakari.
Some pressure, but not enough. Caught inside the 10. Now Homewood is saying no.
Basically, that was a basketball play, and Mountain Brook is pretty good at basketball. They used the bigger body on Witten there, sealed him off, and just threw the jump, kind of just block out pass to him.
Wallace Hunter with the reception.
A lot of character here from Mountain Brook. You know, they were hitting the mouth in the 2nd quarter, and they're really
punching
coming
back,
after us
just
here.
like we hit them first at the start of the game, and they punched back. They're doing it again.
1st and goal from the 6. Stuart Andrews is going to lose. a couple of yards. Good penetration.
Yeah, good job, again, by the linebackers. Both of them were in there on the tackle. And here goes Dennis White coming out.
We got 4:58 on the clock. Man, they're taking almost the entire third quarter on this drive.
All right, this is nice when you can bring in your starting nose tackle in here inside the 10. Jaquez.
That play lost a yard. 2nd and goal from the 7. Andrews again. And Andrews be stopped inside the 5, setting up a 3rd down and goal.
What are you going to do if you're them, Glenn? What you think here?
Just power up and run the ball on us.
It's quarterback time because, Andrews is a step slow on that, so you could play off of that. They do have a man down.
And we've got a timeout from Waldrop Stadium, 17-7. Homewood in front of Mountain Brook in the rivalry game. We'll be back as you're watching Homewood football on the Homewood Athletics YouTube page.
Folks, tonight's presenting sponsor for the Mountain Brook game and the season-long sponsor for our broadcast is Social Taco. Make sure to stop in this weekend and grab a bite at the newest SoHo restaurant, Social Taco. And also visit SoHo Social and SoHo Standard right there in the heart of downtown Homewood.
Coach, did you see a number? I know both of us are looking through binoculars.
It's a 1 on the left. I cannot see what's on the right. It looked like I saw Dr. Waldrop over there with him, and he was shaking his head. Norman Waldrop is the doctor that works with Homewood and Mountain Brook. And if you hear his name, he's real famous with some of the procedures, the tightrope ankle procedure. Dr. Waldrop and his staff at ATI, and they're the best in the business taking care of kids.
Fake handoff. No, it is a handoff. And then bottled up by that Homewood defense on that RPO.
All right, I do see who they're working with over there. It is Andrews, and that's why Dr. Waldrop was shaking his head, because I know that kid wants to play so bad in a game like this.
Now they're going to kick the field goal or go for it? What are we going to do here?
Well, first of all, Jaquez on the tackle.
I think you're on the
They're
call.
still down by
goal.
2 possessions there, Professor. I think they go for the field goal.
Yeah.
It's a short one, a chip shot of about 20.
Especially 8.5-minute drive.
Yeah, you got to get points at it.
And
you got it.
The Spartans got it. That is William Russ with a chip shot, and that'll make it a 1-possession game. We're deep into the third quarter from Waldrop Stadium, 3:34 remaining. Homewood 17, Mountain Brook 10. We'll be back from Waldrop right after this timeout. $20-yard field goal makes this a 7-point lead for Homewood. Homewood trying to keep their undefeated record.
That dude's got a leg too, doesn't he, Coach?
Yes, another touchback. I'm not going to say Glenn Brasher sponsors theirs, but
I didn't sponsor that one.
It's big when you make us go 80 yards. When we get that short field position, we're almost automatic. Here, you got more chances for a breakdown, penalties, holding. Big drive by our offensive line here. We controlled it. They're well rested because they've been sitting over there. They hadn't played football in almost 35, 40 minutes.
And this is the most points Homewood has allowed in any single game to this point. High snap by Carson. Now he fumbles, picks it up, and then runs forward and gets about 4, maybe 5 yards on what almost was a very dangerous possession for the Patriots.
Mountain Brook's over there signaling incomplete, but when he brought the ball back, it looked like it slipped out of his hand before he even went threw the ball forward there. All right, big play right here because you got everything in your arsenal. You can take a shot or just go get the first down.
Fake handoff, Carson.
Look at him.
Look at him go for the first down.
Now you're seeing CB. That's the dude that had almost all of our offense in the Fort Payne game last year.
Watch this RPO again, guys. There's that one cut, stays on his feet with incredible balance, the balance that he uses to make him an outstanding guard in basketball. And that is a first down rush. Caleb Carson as tempo. He finds Felton on the far side.
Foster did a good job.
Foster, beg your pardon. Cam Foster.
No, yeah. If Felton had the catch, I was giving you with Cam Foster with the block.
Okay.
It was an excellent block with Cam Foster there. But you see Cam almost had his jersey taken off because when you're fighting with them, Mountain Brook players, they're going to fight to try to make that tackle.
Now, this is a alignment that's interesting because you got both Foster and Felton on the same side. And it'll be a screen to Tamon Felton. Can he make somebody miss? There he goes. The track star.
He's gone.
Inside to 30. Cuts inside. It gets down to the 20.
I thought for sure he was gone.
Mountain Brook guy did a very good job just trying to slow him up enough to
like CB said, track star. I didn't think he was going to catch this track star. Sorry, Chip. Finish what you were saying.
No,
I'm sorry.
they had angles this time.
Yeah.
And unlike –
And the thing is, that kid tackled from the outside in and let him come back into the safety chasing.
Yeah, that was on me. I thought there was no way they would catch the track star, but
the CB noticed,
still huge.
CB noticed that it was a little bit different formation out of us.
Yep.
Trying to get the big bodies on their smaller corners.
Caleb
Carson.
Woo! Yes! Inside the 5 after a terrific run by the Homewood quarterback.
Boy, I'm telling you, there's some bodies being hit. They had a guy down. We were down in the line. Look, I'm talking about this is a war, guys. These guys are really getting after it.
What a resilient drive.
Now, how many quarterbacks have you seen man up the way that he just did?
And now you got.
Oh, no. And then Cam Foster was still blocking.
Yeah.
Chappie is your running back, by the way.
Give it to the madman.
High snap.
Oh,
Caleb
no.
Carson the fumble, and he gets on it inside the 10. Woo. It was a high snap.
I'm glad he decided to get on that instead of try to pick it up.
Second and goal.
McBride's limping at right guard. You can kind of tell he got hit really hard in the legs.
All right, now you got Felton on the far side. He'll get one-on-one coverage. You know, Coach, one play that they don't use often is Caleb Carson by himself at the edge of the end zone, and
they're going to spot him
just shy.
About an inch.
And there's a Mountain Brook player down. I was about to say, they don't use the fade, especially with the leaping ability of Felton. That's just really not in that Homewood playbook.
You know, some years we've used it more, and it is a little surprising because he does have a size advantage, but a lot of times we want to free it up, and sometimes it can be a read thing where, you know, he's so good at getting inside these guys, you know, you leave it open.
He's had one or two times on that formation. He's also run the slant, which is nearly impossible.
And that's almost.
But I'm just used to seeing. In fact, Sanford had Michael Weiss, and Weiss was, when he came in the goal line situations, you know he was getting the fade. Here we go.
All right.
Just man up and get this thing in. Just man up.
All right, this will be a Wildcat.
Wildcat to Goldstein.
And they jump.
It looks like Mountain Brook jumped on the right side,
and
that's going to be against Homewood.
That's us.
Ugh. Killer on third down. Now you got a 3rd and 6.
Now you may want to look for that play you were looking for, CB.
The fade?
That fade.
Well, let's see where Tamon sets up. Felton looks like on the near side, and then Foster on the far side. Foster, remember, last week caught one on the fade. Now Felton on the near side, Foster far side, and a whistle and a timeout. Good. we'll catch our breath here. You know, we're also in the waning moments of the third quarter. 15 seconds left to go. This will be a 3rd and goal for the Patriots when we come back from Waldrop Stadium. You're watching us tonight on the NFHS Network.
Folks, tonight's presenting sponsor for the Mountain Brook game and season-long sponsor for our broadcast is Social Taco. Make sure to stop in this weekend and grab a bite at the newest SoHo restaurant, Social Taco, and also visit SoHo Social and SoHo Standard right there in the heart of downtown Homewood.
3rd down and 6. 3rd down and goal for Homewood, who
that's a huge
lead by
penalty right
7.
there. Huge penalty right there. You know, the only thing
And
about
it's pre-snap.
pre-snap. The only thing you got to be careful. You know, sometimes with the play fake, you don't want to get blindsided here. We've got to get points here. So I'm looking more toward Felton or getting some kind of matchup like a pop shoot where you run your double slants and have somebody come around it. You can get your back out of the backfield.
Felton and Foster again, left side. That's where Carson looks on the slant. Oh, nice play by the Mountain Brook Spartans that saves a touchdown on that slant.
You know, that was a great play by their linebacker there, number 11.
Miller
Lee. Yeah,
their leading tackler.
Yeah, he was right there out in coverage, and he hit him right as he got it. Went to the slants, though, and had Taman ran the corner there.
Well, let's hit this and get that 3 points back, and we're right back where we started at the end of the half.
About a 27-yarder for Eanes.
Just inside.
Nope. And he missed it. And he missed it. So remember, go back to 3rd and 1, and a killer penalty made it 3rd and 6. Homewood unable to convert, and now the Spartans at the end of the 3rd quarter.
I've been saying
6 seconds.
Been saying all season, those pre-snap penalties will get you in the big games, and it just happened.
Oh, I hate to miss a 27-yarder right there. It was just he's been kicking left tonight. You know, extra points. He had the one good kick on the field goal, and then that one drew just a little left. I was giving some wish there to get it inside the upright, but to no avail. All right, big time by defense right here. Let's get a stop.
Trey Vincent is the running back. That's him on the run. He's trying to get open. Rollout, pass. Caught short of the first down, but about a 7-yard gain.
Yeah, that was to Vincent.
He is slippery, Trey Vincent. And that will end the 3rd quarter. So Mountain Brook with possession. Their defense held. Look at that scoreboard. It's a 7-point difference. Homewood in front, 17-10 at the end of 3. We'll be right back from Waldrop Stadium after this timeout. You're watching us on the Homewood app.
Be a great teammate, fans. Head to the Homewood Athletics mobile app and click on the Be a Great Teammate, Great Teammate link under the fan zone to make a donation to support Homewood Athletics. Great teams have great teammates, so show that you're a great teammate today.
Hi, Kurt Bloom, along with Chet Walker and Glenn Brasher as we broadcast from Waldrop Stadium here in Homewood. Two high schools separated by 6 miles, although there's really not a straight way to get there, so it's going to take you more than 6 minutes.
All right, we've got Lambert, Jaquez, and Jakari Haynes up front.
Vincent again, the running back. That is a first down, and Homewood able to cover. Tackled at the 39. I tell you, one more step,
And he was gone.
and Sam Smith was in the end zone.
Yeah, speaking of that, how big is that now that they caught Tamon on that big play on that drive?
It's huge.
That and the penalty, huge.
Fake handoff, and sliding in at second base, Caden Hoffbauer with close, if not a first down.
Looks like they found a little something here with the RPO game, trying to get him outside and stretch us out.
We picked up 7, so they must have marked it where he started the slide. He ended the slide on the other side of the sticks.
It's second base, like you said.
That's right.
Because Andrews, they usually run to the short side of the field, but here they've been stretching it to the wide side a couple of times.
Fake
Again,
to Vincent,
RPO.
trying to get the edge.
Put him on the ground.
And he did get there that time. You know, there was a chance to put him on the ground short, but spunky little quarterback Caden Hoffbauer.
He's very patient, waits for his seam, and then gets in it.
So that's huge because 24-10, they may not be wanting to run him like this. Now they're trying to get the game tied up. That's RPO after RPO, running him to the wide side of the field with 2 options.
3 wide receivers far side on this first down play. Inside Homewood territory, handoff to Vincent.
No, they threw it.
No, I'm sorry,
Yeah.
beg your pardon. Great play fake. Far side Colvin, and Colvin's slow to get up.
We were winning the inside battle there for a little while, so they're trying to stretch us out now and try to widen the field, and then they'll come back to that zone real soon.
They're working faster, too. Did you notice that,
Yes.
Chet?
Working, the quick tempo here to try to, you got Jakari Haynes with his hands. He looks a little worn out right here. We'll see if he can make a play.
Fake. First down, the quarterback, Caden Hoffbauer, senior.
That time, Jakari on the right side, they went left, but they're starting to get some push, and I know their coaches will see it up top. We're starting to get pushed back a little bit this drive.
First down for the Spartans.
Have not seen Ford Hawkins in quite a while, so we may be a little thin at defensive end, and that's why you're seeing Haynes still out there.
This is going to be from the 34 of Homewood. Screen caught by Smith, but 4 Patriots, including French.
All right, Rod Lambert's coming off the field, and he's not going real fast right there. So our defensive front's gotten tired here.
Yep, getting worn down. This is what they do.
All right, so Jaquez has moved to defensive end up top. Need one of our linebackers to step in there and make a play, or need a bad snap again.
That's Vincent. Vincent on the left side.
Back on a wheel.
And they get him covered up, and then out of bounds goes Hoffbauer. That was clearly intended for Trey Vincent out of the backfield. That was a bubble screen.
Yeah, that was definitely looked like they were going to run. Their tendency, like Glenn said, is run to the short side, and they had him going right off top side of the field and kind of on a wheel route.
I didn't see who the coverage was, but whoever it was did a wonderful job closing it up. 3rd and 3. Probably 2 attempts here for Mountain Brook.
Crowd coming alive. Love to hear this.
Hoffbauer sees a hole. He still got it. Now goes back.
Get him down.
And he's going to lose a yard or 2 on that play.
Huge play. Sometimes the RPO game, he may have had linemen down the field there because they were getting a push on our right side. he decided to go ahead and try to throw the RPO, and that was a great job by the top outside linebacker. I could not see who that was.
Okay, this is a huge down right here, guys. This is huge. Got to get off the field right here.
4th and 4. Mountain Brook,
And
I
they know it's
believe.
huge.
The Spartans called it. No, the referees called the timeout.
We got a man down.
Man down. And
Ollie Witten.
that is a Patriot. Let's take a timeout and regather, recalibrate here from Waldrop. This is quarter number 4, and we have a 7-point game, 17-10 Homewood.
Folks, if you're dealing with a sprain, strain, ache, or pain, ATI Physical Therapy is here to help you stay on your game. As the official sports medicine provider for Homewood High School and Middle School, ATI Physical Therapy wants to help you live, work, and play at your best. Visit atipt.com/sports-med to learn how physical therapy can help you or to schedule an appointment today.
Got Dr. Waldrop right there with him. Getting a little bit of a workout. It's a physical game. Looked like maybe it's some cramps. They were stretching his hamstrings out.
Ollie Witten, as you said, number 16 for the Patriots.
All right, so Brian Long will be in his place here.
Yeah, because Witten is basically replacing Griffin back there.
Yeah. I'm going to put it in the quarterback's hands here.
Need the crowd and the band to come alive here.
Empty backfield. Hoffbauer trying to make a play. Throws near side, caught.
2-2.
And a first down for Sam Smith.
He was wide open there. We took the deep route there. I wish I had a replay there because you could kind of see we were sinking, worrying about the deep route, and he sat down right at the first down marker and was wide open. Nobody within 5 yards of him, Glenn.
Yep.
8:04 remaining in the fourth quarter.
He tends to make big plays like that at crucial moments in games. He did it to us last year. Just did it now.
Yeah, Hoffbauer, that's who you want to put the hands. Had him rolling out, and he could run or he could throw it there, and he, puts pressure on the defense because he's a good athlete.
Come on, Ban. Juice it up down there.
Hoffbauer on the run. He's going to be sacked this time by about 5 Patriots. That time they got to Hoffbauer.
Yeah, the good news is the secondary is doing a pretty good job.
They faked the swing
keeping
pass.
keeping them from taking big downfield shots.
Eldridge was there, was not the primary tackle, but I see him coming out of there. Dennis White was in the vicinity.
And they faked the swing pass, pulled up, and then we were covering them man for man and had them covered. Great job. Like you said, the secondary's doing a good job. We got trips up top.
And secondary's down Griffin and now Witten.
Fake to Vincent.
That's skipped.
That's skipped, but not called.
Let's see a replay on that. Do we have a replay?
John Colvin with the completion.
Crowd booing. Rightfully so.
Still short of a first down, but they gained 5 or 6 that they wouldn't have gotten if, it looked like.
Yeah, to be fair, it's on the other side of the field from us. But
so,
all right, got to dig deep here. Dennis White's got his hands on his knees. Dig, Dennis. Let's go.
3rd and 7. Lone running back Vincent, and he gets it. And then Vincent cuts inside. He's going to get a first down. Another big conversion for the Spartans.
That's the first time during this drive they really attacked straight at us. It's been a lot of perimeter runs, perimeter throws, and then that time they're like, we're coming after you right here. This is kind of what more you usually see with Andrews in the backfield.
Clock ticking at 6:44 remaining in the final quarter. Homewood has not defeated Mountain Brook since 2009. Hoffbauer throws the screen to Smith. He avoids.
Flag. I did not see a
and then
flag.
just waltz. I saw one too. That's Colvin, by the way.
I guess not.
It's going to be a flag. It's
No,
gonna be
there
a
is
flag
a
on the
flag.
back.
Woo.
He clipped him.
Thank goodness.
So Coach and the professor think it's against Mountain Brook, which would wipe out the touchdown by Colvin. Also, be about a 15-yard penalty, too.
So just a hold.
It's a hold, okay. Big hold.
Big hold right there.
That was a 1st and 4, 1st and goal, and it now will be right around the 19.
A lot of fight out of our secondary and outside linebacker there to cause that, because it didn't fool us. We were pursuing hard downhill, and that guy got him turned, got a piece of cloth, and official threw that quick. There was no doubt on that call.
And one stat right now that's shocking, there's not been a turnover in this game. Now, I know what the professor's thinking. He said now would be a good time for a turnover.
Yeah, but I'm not going to jinx it.
I was sitting there thinking the same thing. Come on, Homewood.
Hoffbauer rolls out to his right. Puts it in the air, off the hands of the intended receiver. That's Colvin in the end zone. He was covered.
Come on, Ben. Whatever you got, need your best down there right now. Get it cooking.
Defense has got to suck it up here. You can kind of tell we're not moving as quick, but we're still playing hard. And, this is what we need, is that test. And we're getting tested. Mountain Brook's really playing well here on this drive.
2nd down and goal. Handoff, and
There we go.
Homewood got
Man
there.
up. One more time, boys.
Luciano.
One more.
Here's the replay right here. You see him, he's coming in there and gets a piece of him, makes the great tackle by his feet, and then Lambert finishes him off.
Well, to this point, this is certainly the biggest 3rd down play of the night, as we are under 6 minutes remaining.
You go get a timeout here.
And there is a timeout charged to the Spartans. Will take a timeout here, 17-10 Homewood, but Mountain Brook threatens, and we'll be back.
Go ahead.
All right, this is a big play right here. If I'm in that huddle over there, I've got 2 downs to get in there, so I don't have to go to the end zone.
You don't think they kick a field goal here?
I would not. I think you got 4 downs. You're playing to win the game because you still got to get a
there's
touchdown.
only 5:44 to go.
And you got to get a touchdown, and they don't move down the field fast, so most everything they've done is full field. So some kind of tight end, like you fake the handoff, get the quarterback rolling out. Could do a throwback, where you roll. We're flowing hard. We are flowing to the football. We are moving toward the football, so you could look some kind of throwback. He may dig into his bag of tricks here. Need to make sure we watch the tight ends here. And, again, his go-to guy, Sam Smith, 22.
Running back will be Trey Vincent.
And they're doing that stupid tower formation thing.
One-on-one coverage far side, but this is coming near side. They're chasing Hoffbauer. He throws it over the middle.
He dropped it.
And it is incomplete. Dropped in the end zone.
Just like we kind of said, he was rolling right and then threw it back to the left side.
Let's watch this on replay.
Oh, just got out. Tight end was there. I believe that was number 88. He
dove back towards his quarterback.
He's going to kick it.
Yeah, since he didn't get there.
Guys, y'all going to have to break out the defibrillator on me here in a minute.
Oh, no doubt. 15, what do you got, about a 25-yarder?
Yeah, 25-yard field goal.
This is to cut the lead to 4. And it
No
is
good.
He missed
no
it.
good.
Woo!
John Martin right there. He got into his face. He could feel. Watch the replay here. We got a great jump, sprinter speed, and we got there.
Way to go, John. Man, if we win this game, he just won Defensive Player of the Game in my book.
Oh, man. Look how close to offsides he is. Oh, my gosh, that was close. Oh, man, John Martin.
almost pulled a Will McDonald, as I have to get a Jets reference in here, as bad as they are. That block of a field goal by McDonald last week.
I don't care if we score again. If we can run these 5 minutes off and take a knee, I will be pleased as punch.
You'll see a lot of Caleb Carson here.
Caleb, whistle.
Oh, pre-snap. Come on.
That was going to be a Carson run. So,
okay. What happened was we had 12 men on the field, but they had not set it yet, so our guy came off the field. That guy up top on the Mountain Brook sideline called it, and head official waved it off.
Okay, first down. So we just repeat the down.
Repeat the down.
First down and 10.
Can't be afraid to throw the ball just to your back out of the backfield. Safe throws.
And again, Felton and Foster both near side. Caleb Carson, he's got room to run, makes his cut inside, gets to the 29-yard line for a gain of 9.
We've seen this before, Glenn. You know, when this time of game, Caleb Carson's going to run it a lot.
Yep. And like I said, I don't care if we score or not, if we can just kill that clock. 5:07, 5:06.
Hey, and I'm telling you.
You're going to count it all down.
Count it all down.
Count it all down.
And he's got our best blocking receivers in, got the 2 tight ends. Got Landon Pettis up top. Could see the same thing again to the wide side of the field.
Look how tight the interior linemen are. Carson, first down.
And look at him manning. Okay, go down, Carson. Don't get hurt.
Easy pickup for Caleb Carson, who for the first 5 games of this season has done it through the air and through his arm, but tonight using his legs.
Clock still rolling, 4:27, 4:26.
And I know Glenn is kind of worn out. Jackson Hall, our offensive line coach, is about 40 yards down the field watching the angles of his linemen and trying to relay back to our coaches here.
Landon Pettis, near side. Caleb Carson looking for the outside, now cuts back inside. They tackled him high.
Good job by him because they got penetration
there.
Yeah,
still picked up 4 yards.
Yeah, he was able to kind of slice to the backside. Almost could have been a really big play. But again,
clock at 3:52, 3:51.
But a relentless pursuit by their defense.
Still picked up 3. Let's see where Felton sets up. He's inside of Pettis. There it is, the screen, trying to get the track star in space.
Don't go out of bounds.
He stayed in bounds.
Good, clock still rolling. 3:17, 3:16.
Big game for Tamon Felton. He was over 100 yards at the break.
All right, he's limping there. They may pull him out here.
Yeah, he's coming out.
He's coming out.
That's all right. We got plenty of receivers.
Yeah, Cam's coming in for him here. This is Caleb Carson time here.
Third down and 2. Under 3 minutes remaining.
Yeah, let that clock run, Carson. Good boy. Play clock down to 5.
Carson looking for the hold
push
to
him,
develop.
Push him. There you go, offensive line.
A little tush push for the Patriots.
Getting there behind the big nasties right there, our
First
tight ends.
down, and the clock is at 2:32.
Look at the push of the tight ends. You got 2 J.T. Watts and Hayes DeCoudris.
2 of the best in the state.
Yeah, running right there behind that to the short side of the field, stayed in bounds.
And the clock is back on at 2:24, 2:23.
First down at the 48-yard line of Homewood. Goldstein will be the running back, the joystick.
And we're taking our time. Play clock at 9.
That's
8.
Foster on the far side, but on the inside, not Felton. Caleb Carson. They get him from behind as you see him try to grab that football and make sure he didn't fumble.
And are they going to start using their timeouts, Coach? I'm talking about Mountain Brook.
Here's Chapelo
clock
coming
at
in
1:49. I mean,
pretty good penetration right there by their front.
One more first down, and we've won the game.
That was slow to develop there. He was trying to pick his hole, and it never developed.
Goldstein comes out. Chapelo comes in.
They'll have to they called the one timeout there, so they've got 2 left. So
I still think one more first down, and we've won.
Second down and 10.
There's 1:24 left in the clock.
3 wide receivers, far side. Caleb calls his own number. Finds space.
Now they're going to use their timeout. Yeah. They just used it.
Short of a first down, but a good gainer there.
Guys.
73 seconds to break a long curse.
Guys, do you guys know how to use a defibrillator?
I do.
You know what I do?
I'm a CPR and AED trained.
Good. I'm glad you're here.
I'll YouTube it. You do it. I'll YouTube it. I'll just
go to
read you the directions.
Hey, I think right here, Mountain Brook, I'm stacking the line. I'm bringing everybody, and if we have to do something else, because Caleb's going to run. He's going to run it here.
Yeah.
The key question is, you have 2 downs to get the 5 yards,
No.
or do you back them up and make them go
I think you punt it.
Yeah, I kind of agree with you. The main thing is you do have to get that punt off, because Mountain Brook, they have gotten back and blocked some punts before, so I really think we need to make sure. I don't know what we're going to call here.
16 years in the making, by the way, guys. But who's counting?
Well, Big Bergeson is big on get the ball in the hands of your playmakers on the biggest plays. So I almost got to think it's going to be Carson calling his own number. But Chappie's in the game. Is Felton in?
It looks like Cam.
I think that's Foster.
Yeah, that's Foster there.
Caleb Carson wants to.
Oh, he's wide open! Oh my God, our tight end was wide open.
There is a flag
That's going to be pass
on the play.
interference, I hope. Number 18 grabbed Landon Pettis there.
I saw Pettis get held as well inside the 40.
Oh, but we had a touchdown, guys. Had the tight end wide open in the middle of the field.
Really good call by Bruner, because he had the sucker play there.
Yeah, and it worked, and we had him. What's this call, guys? What's this call?
Ineligible
receiver downfield.
Right.
That's loss of down. Got a punt.
I didn't say anything because I didn't want to jinx this there. We had the outside receiver covering up the inside receiver, and that's what happened.
That is a gutsy call, but you know what I say, and I'm allowed to just get it right. If that was the right call, then they made the right call. I didn't see it. I saw the hold on Pettis.
Pettis covered him up, and I was worried about that when I saw that.
We need to down this thing on the
Gabriel
yard line, for goodness sake.
Carlson had a big
kick
punt
it while they got nobody back there.
In the first half. Here's Carlson.
Go get that thing. It's going to go too far. No, it's
not. It's going to go out of bounds at the 6.
Sophomore.
Gabriel Carlson with his second big punt of the game.
That's a sophomore there. That's the biggest punt of his career. They're bringing heat, pressure. He steps it into it and just booms it down and gets it inside the 15-yard line.
All right, 59 seconds to go in the game.
We didn't expect
your
anything
special
else.
teams player of the game so far, Gabriel Carlson. His big punt in the first half set up a touchdown, a short field, and now this punt here with the pressure on. This is a 10th grader.
All right, they're going to take some of the stuff here underneath to get out of here, and we're playing a little softer coverage here to protect us from the deep throw.
This is not where Mountain Brook excels. They get a
Don't let him out of there.
first down catch by John Colvin.
There, French missed the tackle, playing soft coverage, and he didn't break down and got past him there and get the extra yardage there, first down.
Clock stopped at 51 seconds.
Yeah, still short of the 20. I mean, there's about 82 yards to go, 83 yards to go to tie this game up. Remember the missed field goal.
All right, big news. John Martin
Yeah,
just came out of the game.
just about to say, John Martin just came out. You're right.
You got a sophomore, Quincy McGee, in for him.
Hoffbauer rolling near side, caught,
And he's
and
out of
then
bounds.
Colvin wisely goes out of bounds.
44 seconds.
They came straight at us on that side, too.
Professor, you are my clock guy. I need for you to keep an eye on that clock. I'm going to concentrate on down and distance.
Deal.
the 27-yard line. First down and 10. Empty backfield.
Got French up top in coverage.
Hoffbauer, far side, no flags, incomplete. They wanted to get Vincent.
Clock stopping at 39 seconds.
Great coverage by George French there. And again, that's where his speed, he has speed advantage over the guy that's coming at him, and he was not scared, broke down, and was able to get there.
I saw Lambert just came back in.
French recently an offer to play at the next level from UT Martin.
Yeah, Ford Hawkins is out. He's holding his helmet, so we've had to go with 2 linemen out tonight.
3rd and 1, but technically they'll have 2 downs to get 1 yard. Hoffbauer complete for a first down. Clock running, coach, or professor rather.
34 seconds.
34.
And they got a guy down.
Sam Smith on the reception.
Our students aren't buying it. They're booing.
Everybody can catch their breath, including us here. Just over 30 seconds to go. Very long field still remaining.
Yeah, and luckily they got to get a touchdown to tie it, right? So, oh my goodness, let me read some
read
copy
some ads,
here.
that makes me think of them going for 2 there. So let's keep them out of the end zone.
Well, and also will help with my nerves here. Tonight's presenting sponsor for the Mountain Brook game and season-long sponsor for our broadcast is Social Taco. Make sure to stop in this weekend and grab a bite at the newest SoHo restaurant, Social Taco, and also visit SoHo Social and SoHo Standard right there in the heart of downtown Homewood. I also have failed so far, and we got to do this, guys. Sam's Super Sandwiches, right? They're going to be open late again after the game until 11:30. There's no restaurant in Homewood that is more iconic than Sam's Super Sandwiches. And, again, they're staying open late for Homewood football fans. So get out there. And I, as you know, recommend the Super Dog.
All right, on that last play, we did bring pressure. We weren't sitting back there waiting. We brought 5-man pressure at the quarterback. Good job of him executing that.
Now that's Pearson Avery who got hurt. He's the right guard. Avery has been a starter. Then he missed last week. Now back in. 34 seconds left to go.
All right, got Jakari Haynes back in at left defensive end. Dennis White at nose. Usual linebacker core.
This will be on the Mountain Brook side of the 34-yard line as Homewood trying to do something they have not done in 16 years.
I want to pick this guy off.
You could taste it. Hoffbauer rolling. Still on the run. Guns caught. Inside Homewood territory as the clock ticks.
19 seconds.
That was Colvin.
Brian Long was in coverage up top. They're going to spike it here. 14, 13.
12 seconds left to go. 11
About
seconds.
11. There's still time really for 2 plays. Everyone has got their thoughts in here. I just don't think they've got enough. We haven't seen them to go to the end zone a la a Tamon Felton or a Cam Foster, right?
No,
it's got to be 2 plays.
No, but that number 22 is the one that they usually go to in those situations. So keep your eye on 2.
Some kind of crossing, Boise-type play.
You would imagine very, very soft coverage.
Attack 24, the safety. He's not covering the tight end there. Get on behind him, please.
Going deep.
Oh, no.
And it is caught.
4 seconds to go in the game. 4 seconds.
Is there enough? The ball rolls towards the referee. Clock did stop at 4 seconds, and now they call a timeout on a miracle heave.
And they're down there and plenty of room to take a shot into the end zone.
Well, this will be their last shot.
Yep. 4 seconds to go in the game. It's going to come down to 1 play here.
And where is the ball going to be spotted as a timeout is called? We'll keep it here.
Hoffbauer.
What happened on that play?
Give him credit. Hoffbauer stood in there and just
He's a winner. That's what senior quarterbacks will do.
Yeah, and he just threw it up there, and the guy had a step. I believe that was Martin on the top side and got past his. The safety I was hoping was back. I would like to see a replay of that.
Well, guys, our defense has been good inside the 10-yard line all night tonight. They got to do it one more time. One more time.
10 yards to go.
All right, so they've shown the throwback, roll and throw it back to the tight end. It's matchup ball. You got to go to 22, or either you get one of your tall tight ends on somebody like one of the safeties.
Remember, there was a drop in the end zone last time Mountain Brook was down here, and let's listen to the Patriot crowd. Last play of the game with 4 seconds to go, and it will be a 1st and goal. They got to get in the end zone.
They got to go right into our band.
They're spreading us out up here, so you got to watch for a pick play. We're playing really soft here. We have nobody over the number 2 receiver. I'd love to get a timeout here.
Hoffbauer. Tight end in motion.
Timeout. Call it.
Here we go.
Tried to and did
Hoffbauer. Plenty of time. Plenty of time.
Clock at 0.
Rolling. Clock is 0. Last play. Does he get to the end zone? Mountain Brook thinks he does. He was reaching for it.
Now, are they going to go for 2 for the win, or are they going to try to tie it up?
I'm going for 2 if I'm them to win the game.
I would too.
Coach Lawrence tried to get a timeout as I was calling timeout, and he didn't get it in time.
Let's see what the Spartans will do. 25 is their kicker.
Unless they fake it.
That's Russ.
I'm surprised he's not going for 2.
This is for the tie. It is through for the tie game.
Oh, my goodness gracious.
So we've got overtime coming at Waldrop. 17 apiece on a 3rd and 10 touchdown. We'll keep it here. Coach, how did Hoffbauer break loose? He had a lot of time.
Yeah,
but
he was in the pocket. You know, we had a lot of guys guarding from the goal line. Then we picked up man once they got in there. You know, so we weren't pressing them on the line of scrimmage. So we were protecting the goal line, and then he had plenty of time. And then when you start chasing the guys in the end zone, he took off on the right side and had nobody there to get him.
I'm apologizing out in front. You guys tell me the high school rules for overtime.
Each team, go ahead, Chad.
You're going to have each team will get get your 4 downs from the 10-yard line.
Yeah,
from the 10.
Yeah, from the 10. So it'll be from the 10-yard line. We'll have a coin toss here. If we win it, we'll defer, and then Mountain Brook will get the ball at the 10. If they win it, they'll defer, and then, they'll choose to play away from the band. So you'll see if Mountain Brook wins the toss, they'll defer, and we'll play on this end.
Let's remind ourselves that drive started on their own 6-yard line.
Yes.
And I'm going back to that pre-snap penalty we had down there.
The main thing, they got the momentum there, but we have a very good team here. This is a battle test. You knew you were going to get a fight out of Mountain Brook tonight. They're giving us all that we can handle. We've got guys limping. They've got guys out of the game, and it's just really who's the toughest guy here.
Yeah, unfortunately, we haven't been able to stop their run all night, and they're getting the ball on the 10-yard line.
Well, they also don't have Stuart Andrews, their money running back. Well, Trey Vincent's done a nice job as the backup.
That was a gutsy drive right there, guys. Going down there, and your starting guard goes out.
94 yards?
Yeah, starting guard, 94 yards. Your starting guard goes out.
Yeah, 94-yard drive.
Well, I'm going to use one word to describe Hoffbauer, and that word is poise. Yeah. It doesn't seem to – the moment's not too big for him. He did have a lot of time.
That's what you get out of a senior quarterback. I mean, senior quarterbacks are big at any level of
with a lot
football,
of
but even more so in high school.
You're right, with a lot of experience.
Now, if you win this and Homewood, you want the ball or do you want to defend?
You'll defend.
Because you want to know what the other team did.
And then Mountain Brook will choose away from the band.
Right.
Number 23, Lawson McKnight, representing the Spartans.
Can you tell? There's a
We're
point.
saying which end zone we wanted to go to.
We'll have the ball first.
So they won the toss.
Yeah.
Watch the hand on that shoulder. That shoulder's just been surgically repaired. Now, can you, this is, again, I want to make sure that we're not miscalling it. You can also, if needed, go for a field goal, right?
Yes.
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 Okay, just for whatever reason. We're going to Mountain Brook side, by the way. They're starting to feel it.
They've got all the momentum in the world.
That's a gut check. We're 5-0. We need to, put it in the end zone and put the pressure on them. That they haven't stopped. Like you said, the pre-snap penalty stopped us. We need to get out there. You got Carson run. We really hadn't used our running backs as much tonight.
Yeah. Go back to when there was, 40 seconds to go in the game and we just needed a first down.
Let me remind everybody of this. This is a non-region game. I think that is important. This does not reflect on what either team is trying to do, is win the region. But it's a matchup of teams that are 6 miles apart, and they hate each other. Davis Griffin is back in, the starting tailback. Caleb Carson high. He still has it. He throws towards, that'll get you about 2 or 3, towards his tight end, Hayes DeCouteris.
That was 2 Alabama, so we were basically trying to get some motion, making you think we were going to run one way, and we rubbed the tight end the other and got a few yards there. So, nice pickup on first down.
That's Tamon Felton limping back in, guys, on the far side with Foster. Well, you got the fade, you got the slant.
Slant, you got to watch that outside linebacker drop it into the slant area.
Handoff instead, and Davis Griffin gets into the end zone. Homewood, touchdown.
The workhorse.
And he's fresh. He
hadn't played the whole second half, really.
Hardly any carries this half.
That is his second touchdown of the year.
I always say my kicker, sometimes be an athlete, just go kick it here. Don't think about your extra point because there's a little more pressure on this extra point here. Relax.
Chad, I'm trying to take deep breaths over here. Do you say something like that?
This is Judson Eanes. And Homewood goes up by 7.
Boy, that was a knuckleball inside the left upright.
Yeah, folks, if y'all could have seen the look that me and Chet just gave each other.
I'm telling you.
It was a thank God.
Look. A little Ric Flair call right there. But that was a –
Or Charlotte.
Yeah. All right, here we go. Let's play some D.
Back to work for Caden Hoffbauer.
All right, the good thing is our defense had a minute to rest there.
Vinson, the running back.
Jaquez and Haynes up front.
Hoffbauer calls his own number, trying to get to the outside. They can get him for a loss of yards, but the spin around, he'll gain maybe 1.
He's a very calm, very patient quarterback.
And I know some of the fans in front of me would love a holding call there on that with those stretch zone runs. Really good job by the defensive front to just stymieing that. Jaquez is fired up at nose. He's ready to go. Rod Lambert.
2nd and 8, by the way.
All right, my linebackers got to come through for us right here.
Hoffbauer and the Spartans have to score.
They called it, yes.
Flag on the play.
Take that pre-snap.
Coach Poe called that one, CB, because I didn't think they were going to call it.
I'm going to give that one to the band. I'm going to give it to the band.
So it's 2nd and 13.
All right, band, keep it going.
All right, I'm going back to the RPO game here. Where he goes sprinting out and he can either run to the wide side of the field.
You're right. You got to let Hoffbauer do.
Do Hoffbauer things.
Do Hoffbauer things.
Vinson, the running back.
There we go.
To the left side. Can Homewood get some defense? They can. A one-on-one tackle.
Who made that hit?
3rd down.
Man, what
Chad, who was that?
Brian Long. Brian Long came down. Brian Long came down from the safety position.
All right, here we go. One more time, Homewood. One more time, baby.
3rd and 9.
Nice to see him make that play.
3rd and goal from the 9.
You know, they went to that RPO there. Here you got the wide side of the field. Got to watch a throwback here. They're going to roll right.
Hoffbauer rolls right over the middle, falling down, and Mountain Brook says they've got a touchdown.
You got to be kidding me.
They do. They got big tight ends.
And that was the roll-out throwback right there. That's the same play they pretty much ran earlier and they dropped.
That Hoffbauer is some kind of competitor. He is some kind of competitor. Now, Chad, at which overtime do the teams have to go for 2? Is it on the 2nd overtime or the 3rd?
I'll have to look because usually we never, I know at my level, see.
In college, it's the 3rd. Now,
I didn't think we had that rule in high school because, you know, we've had some games go 70 to 68. You know, that's not a rule in the high school where you have to go for 2. You just keep.
Well,
I thought.
But I mean,
I'd have to.
All right.
well, the extra point's got to go through first. You can take a lot of.
I think they're going to go for it here this time.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it looks like they're talking this long.
And where does the ball go? At the 8. Looks like, is that at the 8? No,
3.
it's got to be inside there.
This is extra point, so it's right at where
At the 4.
3-yard line, where the extra point line is.
So this is for the win. Mountain Brook for the win.
Inside leverage on 22. We need.
Oh, it's a bad snap. Hoffbauer.
Get
He's
in.
still got a chance. He'll throw it way up in the air towards the end zone. And it is caught.
He caught that.
He caught it. And
gotta
Mountain Brook's
be
going to
kidding
walk
me.
off.
Oh, my gosh. That kid is a winner. That kid is a winner. Horrible snap. Runs the ball down to what, about the 35, 40-yard line before he picked it up?
Yeah, and just chunked it in.
And just chunked it. Had was it a big tight end wide open? Oh, and look at Mountain Brook coming over here and running in our face. Get over there on your side of the field, 72.
No flags. A miracle walk-off for Mountain Brook. And, guys, that streak continues. 6 in a row, 10 out of 11.
Yeah, and look at what I told you about the magic number. Look at the score.
Yeah. You know, magic number was 25.
If we get to 25, we win. If we hold them to less than 25, we win. They got 25.
You know, on that play, when you start getting about 5 or 6 guys chasing, and then the receivers, there were a bunch of receivers wide open in the end zone. He just wasn't ready to throw it. And then once he got to about the 38, 35-yard line, he had a strong enough arm to pitch it up. And then he was contested. Again, it was the box out. You know, he had his body inside, and he went up in the back of the end zone and was able to pull it down.
I wish we had the opportunity to see a slow-mo replay. I don't know if he actually saw his intended receiver versus throwing it where he thought people were or could be. And then clearly what I could see through my binoculars is, and I'm thinking it was Wallace Hunter, I'm not positive, but clearly whoever was there was one of the bigger guys, one of the tight ends who had size. And like you said, in basketball, it was a box out. Well, let's take a timeout here with Mountain Brook ending Homewood's 5-game season-opening winning streak with a miracle walk-off 2-point conversion. Final score tonight in overtime, Mountain Brook 25, Homewood 24. We'll be back with our post-game show and wrap it up after this. A walk-off for the Mountain Brook Spartans on a bad snap. They were trying to convert a 2-point play to end the game. And just a run filled with poise. That's the word with Caden Hoffbauer. Did not panic. That was about a 15, 17, 20-yard loss it would have been if he just, goes nowhere with it. Lifts it towards the end zone, and the receiver there, I think it was one of the tight ends, boxed out the Homewood defense, and just a miracle walk-off win. Sometimes, guys, that statement about when these two teams get together, you throw out the records, and Homewood was healthier. Homewood was undefeated, but that voodoo magic from the Spartans comes through tonight. Coach?
Yeah, they're going to fight you no matter what. 3-2, they had a great win last week, had some confidence coming in here, and you can have all those injuries. Andrews goes out tonight again, but you have Hoffbauer at quarterback, a 2-year starter, and he does have that it factor. Caleb did. The false start hurts us because Caleb wins the game, but we get a penalty, puts us behind the chains. But he's got it. And, most kids get rattled, and he picks it up, finds some space, and then chunks it to where he saw some white shirts and then boxed them out. That's a hard one there, Glenn.
Yeah, I'm sitting here looking at their fans rushing onto our field. Guys, I'm going to put it down to 2 penalties. The one that we had down there that you just mentioned, but also the illegal man down the field down here on our last possession that cost us a down. Had to kick the ball. I've been saying all season our penalties will get us in a big game, and I think they did tonight. But even still, letting them go 96 yards there at the end of the regulation.
Some tired bodies on that.
Tired bodies,
defense,
and you've been saying that Mountain Brook is down some guys. Well, we're down some guys down too, right? We didn't have Moore, we didn't have Griffin. We had Ford Hawkins out most of the second half.
Yeah, you're right. And when you're not playing 4 quarters, they have been in 4-quarter games.
Right.
Yes. They've been battle tested, trying to survive the season, get better each week, trying to come back, and they play a style of ball. They're running it 45, 50 times, and they ran a lot of clock there. Glenn's magic number was 25. We lose 25-24, but we got to 17 in regulation.
Yes. Yeah.
And they were able to hold it the whole.
In fact, you got to 17 at the half.
Yeah.
Right? 17-7 at half.
So it was, they were able to hold the ball and control. And we had the field goal, and it's just one of those things. But you can't really put it in the kicker's hands. It's just one of those, a couple of penalties.
Oh yeah, I forgot about the 2 missed field goals.
But that's kind of like CB was saying, some of the voodoo or in this series. For a long time we were on the top in the 90s, but then really since the turn of the century, they've found a way. And usually they've been the more physical team, and their physicality there at the end, our front did get a little worn out. I think our linebackers were still playing hard. You had Brian Long in, because Ollie Witten went down. The key is get off your, get up.
Get off the field.
Yeah, play next week. You're back to the region, get a win, and then we get a week off.
Yeah, in the end, this may be a good humbling experience for us. Having beaten the crap out of everybody we played so far, maybe got us a little inflated ego. Yeah. Brings us down a little bit. And the good thing about that is, as CB has been saying, it's not a region game. So, yes, this hurts. It hurts big time because it's a rivalry game, and especially the way that it ended, it hurts. But in the great scheme of things, it doesn't mean a thing, right? It doesn't have any impact on the playoffs. It doesn't have any impact on the seeding in the playoffs. Mm-hmm. It was all about pride. We got our pride hit a little bit, and maybe we needed that, So, as Saban has always said, don't waste a failure, right? Yeah. You take this game and you learn from it, and it's about how you respond, right? It's how you come back from it. And next week we're going to be at Gardendale. And, look, Gardendale has had a rough season, but historically they're a tough place to play.
All right, let's take a timeout, and then we'll give our thoughts on Gardendale.
All right.
What's up ahead. Final goodbye for tonight, and then we'll get ready, like you said, for the road. All right, we'll take a timeout from Waldrop and our final thoughts, including a look at next week's game against Gardendale when we come back.
Folks, the broadcast team is outfitted by 18 South, a premier lifestyle boutique for men and women located right there in West Homewood. No matter the occasion, we've got to look for you. Dress like a champion by shopping at 18 South today. 18 South, the proud sponsor of Homewood Athletics, and we are still a proud Homewood Patriot family, even after this very heartbreaking loss.
Well, the thing that we all knew upstairs and downstairs, you said that, rightfully so, Homewood had been beaten I believe you used the word crap, out of their opponents,
Right.
outscoring opponents prior to tonight 228-22. And for the first time all the year, there was a test. It wasn't a quiz. This is a test. This is like your midterm exam right here. It just so happens to be your rival 6 miles away. But you're still in line, everything in the conference. If you can steal one against Parker, it evens things out. All right, as we take a look ahead at Gardendale, what should we expect in that kind of matchup, Coach, next week?
All right, they're hurting. They lost tonight. 49-14.
Yeah, about Central Tuscaloosa.
Central Tuscaloosa. That'll put them at 0-6. They're 0-3 in the region. Like Glenn said, it is a tough place to go play. We are a far superior team. We just got to go out there, get back to work.
Can't lick our wounds. Go out there and do what we do.
Yeah, mark it correct. There'll be some young guys on the field with these injuries, and let them go out there. Brian Long, that was a huge tackle over there, and maybe he has to play a little more next week. And we just take care of business, get a week off, take a breath, and then get ready for Parker in the home stretch of the season.
Right, and Professor, Gardendale, and some final thoughts.
Yeah, Gardendale is one of my favorite places to play football. It's one of those old school classic stadiums. Like Chet said, they're as a program they're down a little bit. You heard us talk with Debbie Asbeck Chancellor at halftime about one of the great victories in Homewood history came at Gardendale. So I've got a lot of fond memories over there at Gardendale. So I'm looking forward to getting over there with you guys. Chet, the CB, have you ever been there before?
No.
Well,
I know they're the home of the Rockets.
The home of the Rockets. You're going to see a good old school stadium over there. I mean, that's classic high school football stadium over there.
And they do have, I understand they do have a visiting radio booth as well, right?
Yes, so, and they have a rocket out there.
And I know that there's a Cracker Barrel in the area.
Oh, yeah.
Every time you want to go north on 65, you'll pass that. So
they may be just what the doctor ordered after this painful loss. Like I said, don't waste the loss. Let's lick our wounds. Let's go over there and beat the dog out of them and get another region win, because that's what matters, is the region wins.
Absolutely. You could have played Carrollton tonight. It would have had the same effect. You could have played IMG out of Florida. Same effect. What hurts is the fact you guys, of course, have blood in the sand here, but what hurts, it's you lose to a team 6 miles. It's just, for whatever reason, the state decided they're not in the same region. But when we go tomorrow to look at the standings, Homewood is still 3-0 in the region.
Right. Well, and we do need to point this out, that there is a possibility we will see them again in the playoffs.
Correct. Possible, because.
And if you asked me at the beginning of the season, would you rather beat them in the regular season or in the playoffs? I pick in the playoffs. Yeah. So this fight ain't over.
No, and a lot of credit to them. They've had a lot of injuries. Like I was talking about you got defensive linemen, you got running backs, but that shows how hard, and Coach Yeager runs a really good program, and the toughness that those kids have. Sometimes they're limited. They don't always have a 4-4 burner. When they do, they're really, really good. But they're a 3-2 team, and they came in here and they're 4-2 tonight after just kind of really getting after us there in the second half.
And they play in the same region, of course, as Clay Chalkville. And
who they play next week, if I'm not mistaken.
Correct.
And Chris Yeager, in his 20th year, picks up a memorable win for him and the Mountain Brook Spartans. So our final tonight from Waldrop Stadium here in Homewood. It is the visiting Spartans in overtime, converting a miracle 2-point Hail Mary to defeat Homewood 25-24. For my broadcast partners, the professor, Glenn Brasher, the coach, Chet Walker, our athletic director, Rick Bagley, our assistant athletic director, John Lunsford, our student-run camera crew, Debbie Chancellor, our halftime guest, and for everybody else watching tonight, this is Kurt Bloom, CB, saying may today be the best day of your life. But tomorrow, be even better right here on the NFHS Network.